Okay, welcome to One Stop Co-op Shop. This is Steve. I'm here to play Uprising Curse of the Last Emperor, but not alone. I'm here with two awesome guests, both designers for this game from Nemesis Games. I have Cornelius. Hey, Cornelius.
Hey, how you doing, Steve?
Hey, thanks for joining me. I'm excited to play this with you. Also have Powell.
I'm
See,
thrilled.
go ahead.
Hi guys,
Hey, we got two designers on this show, and me.
Twofer.
Two for exactly. Well, you know who's gonna be the short link in this one. This is gonna be me in this place. But no, thanks guys for taking the
Yeah,
time.
thanks for inviting us.
Oh yeah, awesome. I'm
Yeah,
glad
yeah.
we were able to make it work out. So
So you say you've never played before, is that right, Steve?
that's correct.
Then let me give you a brief introduction, and for any of your viewers that haven't seen this lovely game before. Yeah, me, Pavel, and our partner Dirk spent the last 4 years, 5 years, hard to even keep track, designing and honing this game.
Probably
And we're really
more at this
excited.
point.
Probably more is true, yeah. So yeah, we're thrilled that it actually got into people's hands. And all the playtest we did has now, I think you pointed this out, Pavel, been outnumbered by the first plays that everyone else has already done.
Yeah,
So we're really
exactly.
curious to see how people receive it. But we are playing a cooperative 4X game, and it's set in an apocalyptic, grimdark fantasy world. We each take the role of a hero of a fantasy race, and that's called your faction. And it's a hard struggle against not one but two opponents. Right in the middle of the board is where the Empire comes out of. The Empire is what brought the apocalypse upon us. Their emperor, Aesir the Immortal, turned out to not be so immortal after he finally succeeded at his grand plan of exterminating the worship of all the other gods in the world. So after 5 centuries, he managed to upset the balance of the world so much that chaos came pouring in and more or less destroyed everything around him. He cast a spell to close the gates, which is now called the Curse, because the spell was powered by the warmth of the world. So the seas around us are frozen. You can see here, everything's a nice soothing blue. That's the blue of the frozen ocean. And the last remnant of the Empire here in the new capital will emerge with their legions to fight us. But also coming from the outside of the map are going to be the hordes of chaos, who are demonic and undead spirits who are seeking to destroy us. And just like every 4X you've played, you want to explore, expand, exploit the resources, and exterminate the enemy. But we're not going to do that to each other, we're going to do that to us. So what do you say I set up the map?
Let's do it.
Let's
Well,
do it. Okay. I'll set us up for a three-player normal game. Sound fair? I think normal game sounds fair. It's a
I
pretty
think
hard
so
game.
too.
All
and I
right.
know we've got another designer in the chat as well. I assume that's Dirk. I assume. Not sure, but yeah.
Yeah, Dirk, you want to wave?
Oh, our official representative from Texas is here. Oh.
Love Texans.
Welcome.
Alrighty. Pavel, do you want to jump over and join me on this side? Otherwise, we can rearrange the map.
Oh, it is Dirk.
Sure.
Welcome. Welcome.
All right, we immediately got something to do after setting up the map.
Yeah. Let's also pick our factions real fast so that we can sort of lean into this whole thing.
Yeah.
Steve, there's 8 factions, but let's just play with the 4 factions that come with the base game. We designed the entire game around the 4 core factions, and then we had some other ideas that came out in the expansion. Those guys play, a little bit perpendicular to the way the other guys do. So I would take a look at the Crow, who are very good at attacking, the Duerkar, who are great at defending, the Droon, who are good at archery but not very good at taking a punch, and the Moyar, who are very sneaky.
Let's do a sneaky one if that's okay with you guys.
Click it.
Sure.
All right, so you just saw jump in front of you your player board with 5 havens, click, 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 and a bunch of your units, and you see 2 heroes in front of you right here. And so let me just describe what you're seeing. This player board shows you the different costs of your units, which are lined up there. And it shows you 5 havens here. These are your area control markers. The more of these you get out, you can see the more your economy improves. You'll always use the rightmost disc here to determine how many resources you get. And this also gives you victory points, and it also gives you more places to place your guys. So you build these havens to defend the survivors of the curse, and the more you place, the better you'll be doing. And then you also see you have 7 actions here, which are the basic things you can do in the game. Even though there's a lot of parts, we have, hundreds of components in the game. There's really only 7 things you can do, and it's move your hero around on one of the hexes, command, which is how you move your units. Your units are different from your hero. Your hero is not going to provide too many combat dice, but we'll be able to bring, in fact, we'll provide 0. But your hero can bring lots of cool magic items. Your units have these little dice on them, and they provide the combat dice. So moving is what you do with your hero. Command is what you do with your units. You can explore, which lets you flip a hex. You can place a haven after you've killed all the bad guys. You can place a haven. And then down here you see market and quest. These let you access the magic items market and the group of quests that's been dealt out to the side of the board that gives you sort of some game-breaking powers. And then finally here is trade. You can always use that if you need to get some salt. Salt is the main trade medium in Azul now because gold is pretty useless after the seas are frozen. You have to, be able to eat. And there's also food, which also helps you eat, as well as plunder. You can see up here there's these 3 resources: food, plunder, and salt. And then finally here there's 8 action points, and those are how many times you can take an action in each chapter, and there's 4 chapters, so you'll only be able to take 8 actions 4 times. So there's actually not that many things you can do. Any questions so far, Steve?
No, makes sense to me.
Okay.
A quick
then
word on the
lastly-
TDS. There's a lot of automation going on. So there's buttons everywhere, and there's a lot of stuff just happening automatically. So just give it a second when you press something to make sure that you're not doing it twice, for example.
Appreciate it. Yeah, and
Yep.
are you the mastermind
Yep.
behind the automation of this mod?
Yes,
That's awesome. This looks really, really well done. So,
thank you.
I wish we had a stronger word than mastermind. That's pretty cool.
It's
Yeah.
not actually that good of a scripting. I'm just somehow good at figuring out easy solutions to that stuff.
Hey, that works.
Okay, so Steve, you're going to pick now a hero. You can see your hero card here is 2-sided, just like the real copy. You got Rania, who's a bard, and you've got Hanzo, who's a scoundrel. And each one of them has a different feat deck over here. And so whichever one you pick is going to have access to different magic items and will do better on different quests and have different stacks of abilities they can level up with. So I would just say take a look at them and see which one your heart says to play.
Let's do the wander.
You can also look through the... You're going to do the wander? Okay.
Yeah, let's try.
Now, put Rania over here. Oop, and I'm going to click this button because Pavel's a genius. Pew!
Fancy,
All right.
fancy.
So you started with 5 of each resource. Your hero went up there onto your home hex with a haven. You can see that this home hex also provides some extra resources. It has a little woods icon that's going to be important during combat. You've also got, I think... Oh, I got the feats for whatever reason that happens. I'll give them to you. Oop. You have 2 starting feats in your hand now.
Normal.
Yeah, and these are your sort of defining abilities. The Berserkers will affect one of your unit types, and your Wiles is an ability that your hero has. Usually, your hero can only use her abilities whenever she's on a hex. You might also, Steve, just take a quick look and search through your feat deck to see what some of the other abilities look like, so you might get a sense of how to play.
Sure.
Pavel, you and I should pick some guys. Who do you think I should play? I guess I'll play my Druin.
I took
love the Druin.
Yanni. Yeah, I specifically didn't pick the Druin because I knew you wanted to play them.
Yeah, I can't say no
I'm
to
picking
Druin.
Yanni. Yanni is the wisest of all the heroes. She's very good at questing and doing like overview type actions, not so much fighting, but really good at overview stuff. And if you know how to play her, she's amazing. For sure.
Steve, I want to also drag you away from there and show you some cards over on this side of the board.
Yep.
So there's 3 quests here. Every chapter, remember there's 4 chapters, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 chapter cards. One card gets flipped over to show you what the action is. Every chapter there's going to be 3 new quests. And sometimes the quests are going to make us do stuff. You can see here the Imperial Spy has an immediate action on it. Would you read that out for us?
Sure. Dark Wings Above. For every player,
Excellent.
place 1 garrison on a hex with a garrison. Place 1 activation token on the Legion deck. The next Legion you draw gets that token.
Okay, it looks like there's already a little token here. These activation tokens are going to make the bad guys move faster. Yeah, and then we have to place some more garrisons. Is that right?
Yeah.
So who's the first player? Do we know?
It's me.
It's Pavel. Pavel, you get to decide where those garrisons go since you're the first player.
We'll just put 1 on each, I would say.
That makes sense. Okay, in addition to these quests, and it's probably worth taking a look at them, I can explain them real fast. The Imperial Spy lets you turn a legion off. Intercept the Empress's caravan. You can get some really neat stuff from the market. And the Koloth Migration lets you get a lot of food. And then you can see over here there's a market of 1, 2, 3 items. This market's always going to try and refill itself and come up with new items when you buy one. You can also see that each of these items has no sort of prerequisite, they just cost salt. So any of us can buy any of these items. That's not true necessarily later in the game, but right now it makes it pretty easy for us to buy stuff. Then I think we're basically set up, and we can start playing if you guys are ready. Did I keep that to 5 minutes?
That's good.
That's close enough. Okay, Pavel, you're the first player. We've done our refresh phase, except we haven't even revealed a druid. Who is it?
Oh, Steve, if you go over to your hero card and you press 9 on the numpad, you will get a little picture of Ronya in the bottom right, so you don't have to constantly scroll back and forth.
Nice. Very slick.
Usually happens automatically, but Cornelius clicked the button for you, so now he has the little Ronya thing sitting there.
Yep, I got it now.
I'm the worst. So you can see in the lower left, it gives you the different phases. These are following this thing called the chapter tracker, which runs along the side of the map. Normally you would slide this little guy Chappie up and down. Some people like to hold him vertically. I like him horizontally. You can do it either way. And
the problem is that it wouldn't fit in TTS, so I had to do it the other way. But yeah, this is the correct way to do it.
Yeah, and so on the refresh phase is basically when we just do paperwork. On the first chapter, there's nothing to do except reveal a druid. These guys will help us in combat, because you can see they're colored red, which is how most combat things are colored.
Cool.
Pavel, why don't you take the driver's seat since you're the first player?
Yes. All right. So in TTS, we use the chapter tracker in the bottom left. This also has all the automation in it. You just have to be careful not to accidentally click forward or backward to mess things up. But right now, let's just go ahead and get the first event going. It's the 3 bloody comets. In their desperation for many survivors, the only spark of hope seems to be a newfound belief in the old gods. Long banned by the Imperial Inquisition. Choose a hero to roll their hero dice. If they roll 2 shields or 2 bolts, reveal 1 druid. And now I can pick any one of us. Since I'm Yanni, I would pick myself, since I have the extra dice. Although Syndra would also be very good at this. I think I'm still going to go with myself. So I'm going to go over here to the dice rollers and just roll some dice. My Feat Elder lets me add any die to any roll outside of combat. So that would include the black die, which has a lot of skulls. But we're not looking for skulls.
In the middle right here.
Yeah, we're looking for shields or bolts, and bolts are a little bit easier to get on the purple than shields on the blue. So let's do this. No! Too bad. Nothing. It's not the worst. We just don't get anything. That's fine. So now we have to place 1 horde on third floor. And luckily everything is pretty much automated. So we get the Counter of Omens, and he goes on the Foggrave. The Foggrave is a region on the outside. You can see it where there's no hexes covering it up. We also have the Howling White and the Screaming Sea. They're just divided in 3 parts. And then, let's see, we need to place him not adjacent to a haven into the Foggrave. So, I'm not terribly good at fighting these guys too early. But I think I'll put him over here. Now the next thing is, as you can see, all the hordes and legions have an immediate effect. In this case, it's the Army of Bone, and as soon as you've placed the Nemesis, as they are called, you do the immediate effect. So in this case, we place 2 skeletons in his hex. So use the little shortcuts, and we're done with him for now. Now we do the second one, and this one goes on a sea tower, if possible. Oh, he would have gone anyway on a sea tower. So the False Messiah's immediate effect is basically overwriting any event trigger that would happen, and he would just always go on a sea tower if there are no units in play, or he would go on a haven if there are units in play. But in this case, let's put him over here, I think.
Put him over here. Yeah, I'll go beat him up.
All right, and that's it for the events phase. And now they get some activation tokens, and we go into build.
Let me halt us from building for a second, and if I can drag you over to these hordes and legions, Steve, if you've never seen them, it's important to take a look. I can give you the anatomy of one.
Sure.
Why don't you hover over the False Messiah and just hit Alt, and then you'll be able to see fully exactly what he does.
Yep.
So he's got some beautiful art, and he's got some flavor text. And you can see after his immediate effect, which we've already resolved, he's got a couple of combat abilities. These are the main bad guys, and most of what you're seeing is stuff to do with combat, because we're in a 4X game, and they like to fight. And you see the numbers 1 to 7, that's their threat. That's how many hit points they have, and that's how many dice they roll. And we call that threat in this game. And right now he's at threat 4, which means that in archery, he'll roll 2 white dice for the little bow and arrow is. And then in clash, where the sword is, which is when everybody fights, not just the archers, he's going to roll 4 dice.
How do you know he's at...
And if he's on a hex with a hit...
Sorry, how do you know he's at threat 4?
Because it said so on the event.
Ah, the event card. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, the event's going to be what dictates the threat.
Okay.
Yep, and then he's got a little ability at the bottom that says what happens when he dies. And so this will be important when you're doing your build action, because you're going to want to have, the right guys to be able to fight whoever's near you. And then I'll just drag you over to your player board as to where you can see what things cost. You've got all the different costs for things down here, and because the Moyar are Viking pirates, they're very flexible. They'll do anything for money, so it's easy for you to build units. You also got 2 feats that flew into your hand when we moved to the build phase. You're going to pick one and keep it, and you're going to put the other one at the bottom of your deck. And so your feat deck will make a little stack as you start to reject feats.
Kind of like Spoils of War. Try to go for that one. Try that. So this goes on the bottom of my deck, you said?
Yeah, just hit 0 from the num lock keep, or the keypad.
And the numpad.
The top row. Numpad.
Okay.
Everything basically has a shortcut in this game. Usually when you want to get rid of something, you hover your mouse over it and hit 0, and it will work for like 99% of things.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Even better is to have a physical copy, but we couldn't do that since we're all in different cities.
Yeah, a little difficult. Well, thanks, Greg. I appreciate that. It was a good choice for Spoils of War. So.
Okay, and then you'll be able to buy whatever units you want. And the only advice I'll give you is to buy lots of little units. You can have up to 5 units in 1 hex. Your expensive units have better dice, but they're much more expensive, and they still just have 1 hit point. So it's often very good to buy as many little units as you can.
So this is any
and different
2. Are they free to get? Buy just get 2 of them?
No, this is saying any 2 resources.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
For these 2 guys, yep. And then your more
But they're
expensive
very
units.
flexible, yeah.
Yeah, cost exactly. Your berserkers cost exactly 2 salt and 3 food. And your slavers cost you exactly 3 salt and 2 plunder. Cool. And you also have the ability now to build some walls and towers, which are little cool models you can put on your haven, and they give you extra defenses. Not more hit points, but just more dice to roll in combat.
Okay.
And if you need more resources to spend on your units right now, you could theoretically use the trade action immediately to get more salt.
Okay, so I kind of want to just buy as many units as I want right now, is what you're suggesting.
If you can, you should have 5 at the end of the build phase, but not necessarily with every faction in every situation, but it's a good general rule of thumb.
Okay.
I'm only going to build 4 because the Druin are very
Same,
expensive to
same.
get moving.
And is this automated
no.
build? Do I can't just click on one of them and it'll automatically subtract stuff, or how?
You can click on the little resources underneath them. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh, I see it. Very, very nice. Go on those. This
Unfortunately, it doesn't work with the any two because I can't read mine, so you have to still subtract those manually.
That's totally fine. Totally fine.
Cornelius is about to break the game again. That's great.
Yeah, watch me break it. I'm amazing at breaking electronics of any type. I hit the 2 button hovering over the hex, and then the hex went flying into my hand. So I can't be blamed. All right, I'm done building.
Oh yeah, I think I didn't put the safeguard in for the home hexes. Yeah, that's probably true. I did put a safeguard in for every other hex because Cornelius is managing to destroy this game all the time.
Yeah, it's my special power.
I mean, it's good. How else would I know where to put safeguards in, right?
So these guys should be technically on my haven, right?
Yeah, I mean, the thing you can do, basically the game will select these guys for you automatically. But a neat thing that I put in is if you select the unit and then you hit tab to like do the little pingy thing, the units that you've selected will just fly over there.
Oh, that's nice.
Which it's not perfect, but it's a little nicer sometimes. Now you have to actually select them. So in this case, if you like drag over 2 of them, for example, and then ping.
Gotcha. And then hit tab. Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
There's no.
And Greg is giving superlative advice. Thanks, Greg.
Yeah.
There's no perfect way to do it in TTS, unfortunately. So this is the best I could do to make it not as annoying as it can be.
Yeah, Greg has advice. Since every unit only has 1 hit point, it's good to have lower cost units to use as fodder in order to protect your elite units. So.
Fodder is so cruel. Can't we call them sub-heroes?
Heroic sacrifices?
Better than I call them.
Very loyal meat
shields.
Mr. Meat Shield to you. If we're all done building, we can switch on to...
Yeah.
I'll let you go, Pablo. You're in charge.
Since I'm Yanni, I got my astute feat out, obviously, which helps me in questing. And I built 4 units.
Sweet. Yeah, meat shield speed.
All right, so
typically,
Steve, now we're on actions. We talked about just the 7 things you can do. This is when you do them. This is the main part of the game, and then after this, the bad guys will go.
Okay.
Typically, what you want to do right now, or which I would recommend, is you take a look at the state of the board, right? We only have 2 hordes out right now, so that's not too bad, but we generally want to take care of at least one of them, I would say. So now is the time to figure out who can take care of what. I'm going to have a bit of trouble taking care of the Counter of Omens because he has such good archery. But you guys might be okay with the False Messiah if you team up on him.
Maybe I can do some damage to him. Let's see what's under that. Let's see what's under that hex. Why don't you go first, Yanni?
So we have 3 quests. I'm definitely looking at all 3 of them. They look very tasty. I will probably attempt at least 2 of them, and the Call of Migration might give me a call off, which is fine, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
And then the market has some very nice items. I'm not. I wouldn't mind having the Moonstaff. The Moonstaff looks really, really tasty. So that's probably the thing I'm going to buy. Cool. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and move my hero over here. Mm-hmm. And then if you move your hero, like currently everything is locked, so you can't accidentally move it. As soon as you move your hero on it, it's unlocked, so you don't have to do that manually. And then as I flip things, I will automatically get the resources. In this case, you guys are getting the resources automatically because this one is the Taral Caravan Passage. And it says, if empty, place 1 skeleton here. And it is currently empty, so we're going to place 1 skeleton here. It's great. It's not very strong. If not, reinforce here. So if there was already something here, we would just put 1 more of it here. So if there was a skeleton here, another skeleton goes here. If there was a garrison here, a garrison would go here. Same with legions and hordes. If there was a legion here, we would put a garrison here. If there was a horde, we would put a skeleton here. Now I roll my hero dice, and I gain 1 salt per each skull that I roll, and each other player gains 2 salt, and you have already gotten that automatically. So
Yay,
since I'm
salt.
looking for skulls, I'm gonna roll the black skull, the black die. This has the most skulls on it. 1, 2, 3. That's actually quite bad. But
You
I'll
could have
take
done
it.
better. You should have rolled better.
It's the dice. All right, and then I'll just click the 2 buttons on my player board to put the action points there, and then I'm done. And very important
so-
is to now you should get a little notification at the top of your screen.
Mm-hmm.
Once you finish your turn, you need to click that so we can keep the turns moving, so people know whose turn it is.
Okay. So I do 1 action right now, and then I click next turn. Is that how that works?
You can move as often as you want, actually. Pavel did move and explore, which is pretty much what everyone does on their first action. Sometimes people might go to the market or do a quest, but move and explore in the direction you want to expand is very natural.
Okay. So I click on the move. Yeah, so I click move. Oh, nice. It's just like, it's AP down there, and I can move my hero. Now we need to go get this Messiah guy, right? So that's the plan. So I should move towards him?
Yeah, if you're feeling confident, we should probably both try and bloody his nose and kill him if we can.
There's, however, one...
He's going to curse it, and we'll never be able to use it.
Yeah. There's one little problem with that, that the sea towers, once you reveal them, are adjacent to every hex, so you can use them to teleport, which is great. But unfortunately, the enemies can also use it to teleport. So if you flip this and then don't defeat him, he will just jump into whichever haven has the fewest units and destroy it. So it's a bit of a gamble right there. So be careful about that.
Greg also mentions if I explore towards the Messiah, he will not have enough plunder to build a haven, and will have to spend extra salt. So that seems...
that's not necessarily true. You are Ronya. You have the Wilds action, which lets you just plop down a haven for free. So probably fine.
Okay. All right. Well, let's move into this location, and then another action to explore. So where's the explore? Explore. Boom. There we go. And flip it. There you go. We get Riga, a maze of pools and ponds cursed as Riga. Gain 2 meat or food.
And now you got another thing that is very important in the game. You got impassable terrain on this hex here. So now you need to make sure to rotate it the way that you see fit. It's your choice.
Oh, so I can rotate it right now, you're saying. Let's see. We want to rotate. Oops. Let's see. Not like that, because that would cut me off. Let's do that. Okay. Okay. Okay, so gain 2 food. If empty, place a garrison here. So we would need to do that.
You can just, we have the shortcut, so you can just press 1 and it'll fly over there.
Nice, nice.
And then in the physical game, of course, there's no shortcuts.
I need to gain 2 food. Did I already get the 2 food?
You did.
Oh, nice. Okay. Okay.
And then we need to place down 1 more garrison on an empty hex with no X, since the Empire tries to spread out as much as they can to make as many victory points as they can. They prefer to go on empty hexes, so we need to plop down 1 more garrison somewhere.
It has to be Jason,
Any hex
right?
will do.
Oh, anywhere.
No, it could be anywhere. Just point to where you want the horrible thing to go.
Since we're gonna be around here, let's put it here, I guess.
All right. Then your explore action is done, and you can pass your turn, I think.
There you go.
If there's anything else there.
Alrighty, you
I will
finish 1 turn.
Yeah, I'll be Syndra, and you don't think I should explore this sea tower? I think I should explore this sea tower, Pavel.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
With Syndra,
so I'm gonna use my special power to teleport.
Nice.
And, as anyone will tell you, if you teleport, you must make a teleporting noise.
And for me, here's the thing that a lot of people get wrong. Just because the card says actions doesn't mean you have to spend action points to use them. It just means that you can only use them in actions. So that's the big difference.
I can't teleport later, just now while I'm doing my plans. All right, and then I'll spend an AP to explore. And it's Dawn Guard. That's pretty
actually
gentle.
not so bad. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 little garrisons. I'll
Pretty good.
line this thing up so that we can fight it. Let's see, which way do you want to line it up? Maybe like this.
That's a good
Seems
way,
to me.
probably. Yeah.
I like this way. This is the way. Just ask Mando. All right, so that's down. I've gained 2 salt, and then remove any skeletons here, which is what it says, and then place 2 garrisons here. There's also an ability for heroes. We'll talk about that once we've cleared the hex. If we clear the hex, maybe it's just horrible. So 2 garrisons come down, and another confusing thing that we didn't find confusing until people asked us is that the bad guys are also enemies to each other. They're not friendly bad guys. So when the Empire and Chaos meet in the same hex, it is immediately combat time. And all combats are resolved the second they happen. There's no moving around or strategic planning. It's just drive your fist into the wall as fast as you can. So,
I'll
Steve,
play the
maybe
Messiah.
You want to play... Okay, then Steve, why don't you play the garrison?
Okay.
So we're gonna enter archery first. There's a whole bunch of like different steps for combat, but mostly what's gonna happen is there's gonna be 1 archery roll followed by a bunch of clash rolls. Right? And you can see over here, a level 2 garrison has 2 white dice in archery. Pavel, what does the false messiah have?
The false messiah at threat 4 also has 2 white dice in archery.
Yeah, and white dice have 3 blanks, and then 2 faces, 1 with a skull, 1 with a shield, and then 1 with a skull and shield. So let's see what the archery does. Steve, why don't you roll 2 white dice over here on the little dice roller?
Okay.
For the 1 bad guys.
So 2 white.
Yeah,
1,
just
2.
click twice. Yeah.
And then they. Oh, never mind. You roll automatically.
False messiah got nothing, and the garrison got a shield, so nothing happens because the shield doesn't do anything on its own.
Okay.
They're on an ice waste, so there's no woods or anything, so no rerolls. Now we move to Clash. Steve, you can see the garrison has blue, yellow, yellow, white on Clash. And then False Messiah, what have you got?
Purple, red, blue, white, and because he's in a clash combat with the garrison, he gains another red dice for that. So 2 red. That's quite nasty. Hopefully he doesn't roll any bolts.
So do I need... Oh, let's see. Blue, yellow, white. So I don't need 1 of these whites.
Oh, you don't have to remove those. They'll delete themselves once you click the things.
Oh, really? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just click them all at once. Don't even worry about what you rolled.
Okay. So now I click blue,
yellow, yellow, white. Yep.
Now you use so much automation. This is really nice.
I spent over like 2,000 hours on this, so it better be. All right, so luckily the Messiah didn't roll any bolts, so that's pretty lucky. Otherwise, one of us would have lost one of our havens, which would have been terrible right off the bat. So what happens is the false Messiah got 1, 2, 3, 4 skulls. The garrison got 1 skull and 1 shield. So we take 1 of his skulls and we subtract the shield. So basically, these 2 things don't exist, right? They cancel each other out. And that means that the garrison deals 1 damage to the false Messiah. He put down his threat from 4 to 3. And then the remaining 3 skulls will just destroy the garrison, and it will go into the Chaos Graveyard.
Yeah, good to note that when units die, they go into these graveyards when the bad guys kill them. When players kill them, they're worth some amount of victory points, and it just says what they're worth. But in this case, Chaos is now going to get 2 victory points at the end of the chapter for having killed this faction. They want to kill as many factions as they can.
So as far as Cetar exploration goes, that was pretty good.
That went pretty well. And so that's the end of my action. I have to make sure I spend an AP on Explore, but I didn't have to spend an AP to move. And then I'll hand it over to Pavel and the Yanni show.
I will just do a very simple action and just move my units in here to fight that 1 single skeleton. And luckily, skeletons don't have archery. They are only very strong in Clash. So I get to attack them without them being able to defend themselves in the archery round. That doesn't help if you don't roll skulls, unfortunately.
Greg notes that sea towers are usually much worse than that, so that's correct. Sea towers are usually much worse than that.
Well, you gotta get lucky some of the time. Unfortunate. The skeleton actually managed to roll 2 dice, skulls, against my 1 lonely shield, so I do lose 1 unit. That's really bad, but what can you do? At least I defeated it, and I get 1 victory point for it.
A little explosion on the Chaos Graveyard here. Unit. Had a
Exploding skeletons, apparently.
hand grenade in his pocket or something.
It's very important to always use the shortcuts. Otherwise, these guys are just sticking together. It's a weird TTS thing. Just don't ask questions.
Don't ask questions. Fair enough.
Why not? Oh, sorry. So Pavel, you did your command and you're done, right?
Yeah, I mean the actions in this game can go incredibly fast if you know what you're doing and you know like what the things are. A lot of people say that the game takes a long time to play, and I agree. If you only played it a bunch of times, then it takes a very long time. But for us, we can play a 4-chapter game with 3 people in like a little over 2 hours, probably something like that. So we're very fast at it.
Not bad.
So Steve, it's your turn.
Yeah, my turn. So this movement is move your hero 2 hex, or how do you move the enemy, your minions or your armies?
You have to use the command action, which is at the top of your actions.
Here it is.
Right here.
Okay, food. Choose an explored hex. Move any of your units. Cool. They can't get across.
And you could also move your hero if you wanted to, if he's adjacent. You could also move your hero with that.
Oh, you wouldn't move him with the command. Move any of your adjacent units. I gotcha. Cool. Yeah, so what I'm thinking is, should I probably bring my armies to take off the false messiah? Take most of them there?
He's down to threat 3. I mean, I would say you probably have a pretty decent chance of defeating him at this point. I would definitely say you should go in and see if you can take him out or down a bit at least.
Yeah, because but I shouldn't attack with the hero. You're saying, or the hero only has...
No, the hero is just 1 guy, so he doesn't provide any combat dice or is affected by combat at all.
Gotcha.
You have to like imagine every one of your standees is like hundreds of people, right? It's not just 1 guy. It's like a unit of 100 people or maybe even more.
Gotcha. Okay.
So your hero is just sneaking around.
Let's go on the march then. And then so let's send. And this is Curse and Skeleton nearby, so I assume I need to keep some people on this hex just to help defend it. Is that smart?
You're not wrong, but
not wrong.
We are playing on normal, so there is no chance that the skeletons will activate in the foreseeable future.
Oh, okay.
So you are safe right now.
Cool. In that case, I will just...
That doesn't mean that nothing bad will happen. It's totally possible.
Fair enough.
Just saying the likelihood of something bad happen is not very high right now.
Good to know. Let's start moving. Let's go on the move. Let's send the units. And we'll move all these guys over here. I'll send the whole group. Why not? What's the worst that can happen, right?
Exactly.
Nothing bad happens in this game.
Exactly.
Never.
And then I'll end my turn.
So you're entering into combat now.
Oh.
No, we're going to head right to the fight. Steve, why don't you tell me what the archery dice are for both sides?
Okay. I have 2 white, I assume, for my archery, because just the hunters are the archers.
Mm-hmm.
And then the garrison is level 1, so that one would just be a single white die.
Exactamundo. Then I think we can just go straight into combat. Okay. I'll roll for the garrison.
Okay.
Ew.
I choose 2 of these.
Miss. Come on, you can do it. Take him out in archery.
Ah!
Oh no.
I wish
you
could have seen a skull here. Just to show people that there's actually symbols on those dice.
And I forgot to mention, we're playing on a marshes, which you can see the terrain effects over here. Marshes turn any red dice into white dice, but nobody has red dice, so it has no effect in this particular combat. All right, then you have all your dice to roll now, and the garrison will get its clash dice, a blue and a white.
Okay, so I'll get a purple 2 yellows and 2 whites. Cool. Okay.
There we go. Should just crush this.
Purple, 2 yellows, and 2 whites. Cool.
Yeah, crush.
4 damages.
It's crush. All right, he gets zeroed out, and you get a victory point for that.
And I helped.
Here, I'll put you down over here. Your Rania tracker goes up by
Yeah,
1.
Greg. Apparently, my archers need the forest. I agree. So they did not do so good. They're new. They just come out of training camp, and so yeah, it's the first time.
Yeah, give the kids a chance. I guess I'm gonna just buy some items to try and cycle us through some stuff. I'll buy the dragon fruits, and then I'll discard it immediately. And so I will get 5 food in exchange for spending 2 salt, and everyone else gets 2 food.
Nice.
And I have to spend an AP on the market action.
2 food.
Yeah. And Steve, just so you see the way the cost worked here, this costs 3 salt.
Yeah, how come it costs 2 for you?
Because on a sea tower, they all have a special ability up here, which reads, you pay 1 less for items, and you become adjacent to everything.
Nice.
The sea towers are ancient structures built in the first age by the ancients, which the Empire has used to secure the entire planet of Azul. But now that the good times are over, refugees are pouring through them, so they'll sell you their stuff real cheap. And if you can navigate them, you can jump to anywhere on the map.
Cool. Greg did remind
I'm done
me,
with my action.
Hold on, sorry to interrupt. Greg reminded me in the chat that I need to gain an item for the spoils feat.
Oh yeah, that's true. You should have gotten something there.
Could have gotten that maybe if you wanted.
Which one?
Yeah, we had these items.
I've gotten these items were out, so one of them you could have gotten.
I'll take this.
The Dabat Warpaint is gonna be very helpful for the next combat.
Yeah, I'll take that one. It's fine.
And then I bought this, and Cornelius bought this, so.
Yep, and then you should just do your normal thing. So sweet.
And it's back to you again.
Steve.
Yeah.
Oh, because you bought the moon staff already?
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Okay, I think, and just to clarify, we can do the same action more than once, right? I can do another command if I need to.
Yes.
Perfect.
You can do any actions as much as you have resources for it.
Okay.
I mean, of course, it doesn't really make sense to like build 6 havens.
Fair enough.
Because you probably won't have that much space, but yeah, you can do them as many times as you want.
Cool. All right, I think I want to try to see what happens to take out the Messiah. So, especially since, let's see, what is this? Let me look at this Berserker, not this Berserker. This War Paint. Discard this, gain a red die.
Yeah, in Clash, once you're through the archery phase, you can just throw this in, and you get an extra red dice.
I like it. Let's do it. Let's have some fun. All right, let's move.
So here's one decision. There's one decision that you could do right now. You could use your wilds to place a haven for free, and it would still be your turn. Or you could wait to see if you defeat the false messiah and then put it on the sea tower. That's quite the big decision, actually. Because you might not defeat him, and then you need to like crawl back there and stuff.
Oh, true. Let's try it.
But you should just
let's go for it. Let's go for it. So
go kill.
Moot forces.
That's the right attitude.
Here we go.
And if you want to use the Abad Warpaint in the fight with the Messiah, you need to move your hero in there. So only if your hero is in that hex, you can use items.
I will move my hero in there as well then.
In combat.
Okay. And is that a move action or is that just part of the command? Just to clarify.
That's just part of the command. You can always move your hero with your units in the command action.
Gotcha. Perfect. Okay, I did that, and then we have to resolve combat immediately, right? So he is, what's his level?
So it's archery time.
Archer time. So my archers missed last time, so let's see if they are better this time.
Probably you get the Messiah again?
Yeah. Hopefully I can roll as badly as before, but I don't think so. Damn Damn it.
Oh, it is not bad. It is not a bad roll, Pavel.
No, it's okay.
But it's a
Okay.
clank. Nothing bad happens. And we're not on a garrison or on a haven, so he doesn't get the extra red die.
So you get an
he
extra
goes
red die, Steve, if you throw out
red,
that
blue,
that
white.
have
I'm
war paint.
absolutely going to do that. Let's get rid of the war paint. So where's this
Just
go?
hover over it and hit 0.
Oh, hit 0? Okay, let me just drop here a second.
Ooh, that was again a lucky roll on my part.
0, there we go. So now I got red, purple, 2 oranges, and 2 whites. Okay. Red, purple, 2 of these, and 2 of these. Okay.
Looking good there.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's not bad.
You take only a single point of damage, which is great, and then you just destroy him. So he's dead, and you lose 1 guy.
I'll take it. I think the archers need to learn a lesson, so I'll lose one of the hunters. So do better.
They go into the
He's
graveyard.
going to go to the campfire.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. Up here, I forget. Thank you.
Yeah.
But as a reward for your actions, you can now either gain 3 victory points or 1 of your units. So you could get 1 of your units from the reserve for free, or 3 victory points.
I'll get the victory points this time, but I also get a spoils too. Is that correct?
No, he's not
Not in this
a
case.
he's not a legion, so he's a horde. So you wouldn't get.
Oh, that's
anything
specifically for legions. Where's that?
For
all
Empire
Imperial
units.
Got it. Cool. Okay. Fair enough. But then I want to do this wiles, so I get to flip this, and then put a garrison down for free.
Haven, yeah.
Haven
down. Sorry. This is a haven. Got it. Cool.
You got it. You're doing the right thing. Yeah.
Okay.
And you're currently in the same hex, which means we could trade if we wanted to.
Oh.
But I've already discarded this dragon fruit, so I just forgot to discard it. So you should have gotten an extra 2 food already, and Pavel got his 2 food. Yeah, and now we can talk and have tea, or we can discuss magic items. Pavel, I'm looking at my favorite quest in the game, right? Intercept the Empress's caravan.
And you want
And
to
that's
put the
good
hidden
for
village?
anyone to get hidden village, but I'm also willing to take the Blackfire. I don't know if you have a preference for one or the other.
I don't think I can really afford to spend time on items, but I want to do at least the Call of Migration to get my Koloth out for free. I have the Astute, so it's very likely that I succeed. And then possibly do the Remove All Garrisons from 1 hex with no X on the Imperial Spy to to give somebody basically a free hex. I just need one of you to explore 1 more hex so I could give it to you for free, basically.
That's Cinder's favorite thing to do is explore a hex. And I'm also not hearing a no to intercept the Empress's caravan, so I'll roll it. I got an extra guile at the start, so I've got 5 dice now. 3 magic and 2 guile. Plus I'm going to get a bonus red one. Yeah, so I've got 3 purple, a red, and I guess I want 2 whites, because that shield would be kind of nice, right?
Can you help me understand
look at all my magic.
How these quests work exactly? So how do you...
Yeah. Let's move all the things over, and we can take a close look.
Okay.
So there's the quest right there, and it tells you at the very bottom, like, hey, this is a bonus die that you can get. And then here's my character, which shows all the dice that I bring to the table, right? 3 purple, 1 white or yellow, and I also got a feat, which gets me a further guile.
Cool.
And as you know, all the dice have little symbols on them, bolts, skulls, and shields. Running along the middle part of this, once you get past the text that tells you what it is in the art, it tells you the different goals, right? And this has a goal for skulls, and you need 4 or more skulls, 1 or more shields, and 2 or more bolts. And you can see here it's a bit harder. It requires 2 of these to be succeeded at. So if I get 4 or more skulls and 1 or more shields on my roll, or 1 or more shields and 2 or more bolts, or 4 skulls, 2 bolts, I will succeed at the quest. I'll get all the little sub-goals, and I'll get the big solve effect right here. If I don't
manage to do it,
I
you get nothing. Yeah.
Nothing except the fail effect. So what did I get? Oh, look at me, I'm a boss. Love it. This is why Cinder is my favorite character. So I get no victory points, but I get 3 salt. And I'll be able to, because I got 4 bolts.
Oh.
And I got at least 1 shield, so I'll be able to draw a new quest. And then I'll read the beautiful card. The Crow volunteered their Vargs to draw off Imperial attention to a frontal assault while your band made its run. Thanks, Crow. Gain 1 item from the market even if you could not use it, and discard this quest. So, looking at these items here, there's 1 item, Screamer, which requires a 2 might, which I don't have, so I could take that. But I'm going to be very excited about the Hidden Village, which lets me put out a haven for free. So I'm going to grab that. I'm just going to flip it down over here. And now this haven will be generating a few more resources and be very hard to attack, although it can be destroyed by other things.
Oh, that's what goes on that card.
And it counts. It does count as in play, so it does provide you with victory points.
Very cool.
Yeah. And so that's it. I've done my quest. I have to spend an action point, and then I'll pass the...
One little thing about TTS, the TTS Hidden Village, it is not currently counted for the automatic victory point tracking, so you have to remember to give yourself 2 points here. I just forgot to fix it.
So Greg mentioned something real quick. He said the help feature with the dice table is really useful when determining your potential success. Where is that?
Oh, it's
over by the
right
dice.
next to the dice roller here. Between all the crazy Nemesis stuff.
Oh,
So I think I'm going to roll the Call of Migration for now because you haven't explored yet. So I still have 2 actions that I need to do before you need to explore something, but it'd be good if you manage to do that exploration soon.
Sure.
So I'm going to roll on the Call of Migration now. And hopefully get at least one of them successfully. This blue.
We can go through this again. So we've got the Koloff migration here. Pavel's trying to fish up some shields.
There's one.
I did not get the required amount of shields, but that doesn't really matter since I have the Astute. The Astute says if you solve a quest, gain a reward of 1 quest goal even if you gained it already. So I solved this quest with just the skulls, and that means I can get the shield reward. Place 1 rider unit on any of your havens. And so I'm going to take my call off and place it here. And then I get 3 food. 1, 2, 3. And I could now draw a new quest. I'm not sure if we really should.
I forgot to draw a new quest too. Yeah, you think we shouldn't? Because I also had that ability. I just forgot.
I mean, if you did it, I will definitely not do it, but...
well, you know me. I can't not do it. I'm doing it.
Strike it down. Okay.
Why would you not do it, I guess? What's the downside of getting new quests?
There are some bad quests in there sometimes. As you can see, the Imperial Spy is kind of bad. And so it's possible that you get something bad. Also, it's possible that you just don't have enough action points to do all the quests, and then they would just get discarded at the end of the chapter.
That's fair.
Or
we
at the
might not
beginning
see
of
Strike
the
It Down at
chapter.
all.
Yeah. So that's my action.
Okay. You said we have to explore, huh? An option.
Well, the thing is, I basically can almost guarantee this thing happening, the 3 bolts. Not 100%, but kind of. So I could just free up a hex for somebody, which is quite strong.
Yeah, but you need... I'm not following why you need an explorer for that.
Because currently, if I just remove one of these, right, and then you go afterwards on it to explore it, then something will just come back onto it.
Oh, I gotcha. So you want to explore...
But if you do it before, and it's just a free hex, basically.
Gotcha. So if I explore into here, and then you would pop
it's
that...
a free hex, yeah.
Then you would pop that as a free
well,
hex, potentially.
There's still a possibility that something terrible might happen, but, you know.
Fair enough.
It's not super likely.
Remove all garrisons from hex and no. Ah, got it. Okay, sure. Let's do it. Why not? So let's do the. Let's do the command action. I feel safer doing that than the move.
You actually would need to move here first because your units cannot go on unexplored hexes.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, I'll do a move instead. Let's do that. Okay, so let's go explore what this is.
And just send your units into their death.
That's true. And then I get to do a explore. Explore. Cool. Okay. So
again, something terrible might happen, but it seems not super likely. Oh, I was wrong.
Units and
It's
heroes.
the Netherwood.
Stronghold of the Druids. A gloomy breeze caress the ruins in the Netherwood. Gain 2 resources. Choose a player to roll their hero dice. 4 more hits. Every player gains 2 resources. So this is just gonna be random stuff. Looks like. Okay, so I gotta roll 4
Yes.
dice.
If you don't succeed at least one of these, there will be a horde appearing there. So it's very important to at least manage to do one of them.
Let's do that. So I should get the 2 resources right now, just in case. I feel like I probably want to get.
But again, you can pick whoever rolls it.
Oh, anybody
you
can
don't
roll it?
necessarily have to do it yourself.
Oh, choose a player to roll their hero dice. Oh, okay.
So you want to probably pick the one who you think is gonna be the best at this. Which, I mean, statistically, I would be the best at this, but also my rolls haven't been great today, so
you're due.
Maybe
you
pick
try
Cornelius.
It. You try it.
Okay. What do you think we want to go for? More resources, maybe draw a feat, or every player against
Go, Yanni.
VP?
Don't you just roll to see what you get? Or you have to pick
Steve, what's your opinion? We can tilt the dice a little bit.
I mean, I can pick my guile has.
You can
choice.
pick your guile dice,
Yeah.
yellow or white,
Okay, I see what you're saying.
and then he
So
can
the
add a
yellow
dice
has
of
only
any
skulls?
flavor he wants.
Yeah.
So
So the yellow has only skulls, and the white has shields.
I kind of like the feet stuff. Let's see if that happens.
That's gonna be quite tricky, but I could just throw it in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Might work. Might work. I did not get the shield stuff, but I got at least 4 skulls, so we get 2 resources of our choice, which is not bad.
Yep, can't complain.
And then nothing bad else happens. Yep. So
I get a salt and a plunder.
Okay, I am done with my explore.
Well, that looks like a good place for you to put a haven at some point. I'm going to go over here and teleport to this hex and see what I can see. So, zap, and then I'll spend a action point to explore. Oh, that's too many action points. Double click, just a single click, please. All right, and let's see what's under door number 1. Ooh, the Tomb of the Elder Kings, and it gave me the runestones. Sweet.
Ooh.
Oh, what a nice find. It's great. So this is when we were first designing the game, it was more horrible than it is now, and some of our playtesters said, like, could you please put some nice things in? And so this is one of the nice things that we put in. And they were right. The game is better with a few dice there.
Yes, it's much more. Can you even imagine it being even worse than it is already? I recently actually played one of our prototypes that was like 2 years old, and oh my god, it was so hard.
Yeah, Dan mentioned in the comment section, the art looks really good, really cool here, and I agree. The art's fantastic in this game. It's awesome.
All right, I'm just gonna roll that quest. I'm gonna roll the exact same dice again because I feel like that's a good choice.
Okay.
Which quest are you doing?
No! I can't believe it.
Wah, wah.
No.
Cornelius, throw in a skull, quick!
Oh yeah, I can do that, can't I?
Yes.
Any players roll that set of combat. You're welcome. I'll throw a couple of food to make the runestones go off and give you a skull.
Oh my god, I can't believe it. My rolls are terrible. So I get the skulls, so I get 1 victory point. I remove all activation tokens from 1 legion, discard this quest. Unfortunately, there's no legion right now, so that 1 doesn't go off, but I have the astute feat, so I get to pick 1 goal, even if I have gotten it already. So I will pick the remove all garrisons from 1 hex with no X.
Nice.
And I will pick these 2 here. And there's a distinct difference between destroy and remove. When you destroy something, you get the victory points for it. If you remove something, they just go back to the reserve and you get nothing for it.
Gotcha. Greg's laughing. Oh my god, I thought my rolls were bad. Nice, Greg.
It was very lucky that you got that runestone just now.
It was very fortunate. Oh, it's my turn. Okay. I only have 2 action points left. So at some point, I assume there might be a discrepancy in how many actions you have left. You just skip that person's turn.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some people move around more, and Syndra never pays for her moves, so she tends to run down the clock.
Oh.
I would suggest if you can ever place a haven, it is always advantageous to place a haven, Steve.
Oh, well, it costs 3 for that, I think, right? Oh, 2. It costs 2. If there's no curse, enemy, or thing. And that's true, right? My spot?
You can just press the button and the haven will appear out of magic.
Whoa, fancy.
Is that how computers work?
It's magic.
Okay.
I've always suspected that.
Drop the haven down. You're up.
All right. Oh, I forgot to buy the Blackfire. That's okay. I'll get it later. I will bravely command into these masked skeletons here. And come on in. Everyone have fun. All right. So that's going to cost me a food and an AP. And we haven't fought too many skeletons. We did fight one before that Pavel had. They have no archery at all. So I will roll all my archery dice against them. But since this is a Highlands, I am restricted to only rolling 1 archery die because that's the rules.
But you only have 1
here.
anyway. So.
But I only have 1. So nobody's really penalized. So here's my white die. Doing.
No.
Aw. Okay. Then, Steve, you want to roll a couple of red dice and try and roll some blanks for me?
Nope, no blanks.
Ooh.
How about 2 reds?
Okay, it's not exactly the thing.
But it's also not the worst roll of all time.
Not the worst roll. I can take it. Okay. I have the Beastmaster's feat right here, which I'll just show you guys. So I have a Beastmaster's there, and I can flip this feat and get 1 shield. So I'll save 1 guy from dying. Ba-doop. Goes back into my hand. And both these guys will die. Ba-doop. Ba-doop. And worth 2 victory points for me. It's going to be this sad little sword sisters right here. Sorry. You were a noble meat sack.
I will also place a haven,
turn, right?
and then I'm done with my turn.
Okay. I got 1 action left.
So this is a very good type of example for cooperation in this game.
Sure.
As you saw, we weren't even close to each other, but I managed to help you out there with the garrison remover.
Definitely. So let's see.
And then of course Cornelius helped out with his runestones, which was also very clutch.
Very clutch.
It was all my plan.
1 legion or horde loses 2 threat. Describe this quest. Interesting. Strike at dawn.
I'll probably roll that. I can teleport over to the counter of omens. And probably zap them real good.
Okay, then I won't worry about that at all. So I kind of market. I got some salt. Is anything worth buying right now? Let's see. And help me understand. It said I've seen the text in here. You can acquire item even if you can't use it. What does that mean exactly?
So you have 2 might, 0 magic, 1 leadership, and 1 guile.
Yes.
Which means you can take the Screamer, which requires 2 might, the Flenser, which requires 2 might, but not the Blackfire, because you don't have any magic. Gotcha. So that's the market action, which is I just get an item that I can take. Sometimes we have little rules-breaking things out there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, sometimes you get to ignore that if you can use it rule, and then you can still get it. And as soon as you have it in your hand, it's yours to use with and do whatever you want with it. But if you give it away to somebody, then you could not get it back if you don't have the attribute for it.
Gotcha. Well, I'll buy the Screamer. Do that for my action. So I'll click the buy here, and then I gotta make sure I keep track of my buy. Okay.
Right over there. Boop.
Perfect. That'll be it.
Okay. And you have to spend the salt that it costs as well.
Oh yeah, thank you. I'm so used to automation. It's 1 salt, I think. Yeah, 1 salt.
I was thinking about automating that, but it's a bit gonna take a bit longer.
All right. So I'll place a haven for 2 plunder and 1 action point, and nobody has any AP left. Is that right?
I'm out.
Correct.
Okay. So then I'll spend my next action to get the Blackfire. It's going to cost me 2 salts and my market action. Boop, boop. Not going to buy it because I'm going to teleport over to the counter of omens and try and give him a little lightning, the thunder, or whatever comes up. So we'll be rolling the strike at dawn on him.
Okay.
And I get a bonus purple for being on a hex with a legion or horde. And I'd really like to get at least one shield, right? So I'm going to roll my white dice. I got 4 purple and
I mean, you can
2,
just
or should I
buy
roll?
one if you need to, but
That's true. I could just buy one. You're totally right. Well, 1, 2.
I mean, it saves you
3.
2 resources if you do it. So it's
Yeah, and I do have lots of food because I ate all those dragon fruits.
There's a
1,
shield.
2, 3, 4. You
There's-
did it.
I can did it. All right, so he loses 2 threat.
Nice job.
Boop.
That's great.
I feel awesome.
Unfortunately, he's gonna get them back right next turn, but still, he's gonna be two threat lower than he would have been otherwise. So that's great.
All right, so that's my last action point. And now we can move on to the next phase.
Okay, let's do it.
I'll push the button. Oh, darn it.
was a fast
I
phase.
should let Pavel do it. He's in the driver's seat.
Yeah, so we're technically in the Nemesis phase.
Uh-huh.
The problem is if we go back and forth, the production phase would be done again. And since it's completely automated, we don't want that to happen. So we are in the Nemesis phase. This guy would then start moving. So first what he does is he has 1 activation token. So he loses that. The things start to like move around a bit for some reason. TTS things. And then we go down his activation sequence. Basically, he's looking in the adjacent hexes
Where's
around
his
him.
activation sequence? I'm sorry, I'm not seeing it.
Steve, come down
you
here to the
can-
player aid.
Yeah.
And we
right
can just
here.
read over
Ah,
what it has over here.
Okay.
It shows on the left side most of what the Empire does. On the right side, most of what Chaos does. This is a 2-sided board that's in the physical game. The other side has how to do combat, but we'll stick to this one right now. So yeah, you can see the how to activate a horde stuff is over here. Maybe you want to activate them, Steve, and show us how it's done.
Sure, so remove an activation token and then place a curse here. So where's
Boop.
the curse? Oh, you got a curse already.
I put it right there for you.
Perfect. And it says, move the horde 1 hex, not farther from the capital with this priority. A hex with a haven. Hex with the
There's
fused
none.
enemy units. An empty hex or any
There's none.
hex. So
So we have 4 empty hexes, so we can put them into any of these 4 hexes that we want.
But it can't go further than capital, so 1, 2.
Yeah, but this is the same distance, and this is also technically the same distance.
Oh, you're right. Okay, cool.
I would
So he first
really
looks for
want him to
Haven,
go
and
in
then-
here.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
Okay, let's do it.
So he walks up
Alright.
in here, and if there was an enemy here, or one of my units would now go into combat. But since it's empty, nothing happens. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we would move to production, and you already saw the resources fly in to your thing. But let's just go through how it's done. You would first consult your board over here, right, which shows you that you get 3 salts, 2 plunder, 3 food. Nice. And then you would look at every hex where you have a haven. So your home hex is a nice hex which has 1 of each resource. And then you have the sea tower here, which you can see gives you salts down at the bottom. And then another one gives you some extra plunder. So you got quite a bit of resources there. And that's basically how production works. Pavel, you got more or less the same thing. I got a little less production because my hidden village is not on a hex, but it's still okay. If we're done with production, we can move on to scoring.
Okay.
And
I'll let you do it.
one thing about TTS production is even if your hexes or if your havens aren't in the correct spot, like the script will just grab one randomly from the scripting zone, it doesn't matter for the script. It will still give you the correct amount of resources, so you don't have to worry about it.
Oh, nice.
All right, we go into scoring. And so how scoring works is we can actually see it down here in the bottom left of the board. First, we score for Empire. So for every hex with any garrisons, they score 1. So this is currently 1, 2, 3, 4. Then for every
I'll score 'em
legion
up.
in play, they score 1, which is currently 0. And then for every faction in the Imperial Graveyard, they gain 2, which is a 0. So if you hover over
Empire's
the
napping.
Empire tracker, you can just hover over the Empire tracker and then see how many points they would have gotten. And it's 4. They started at 0 and they're now at 4, so this is correct. And now let's go look at Chaos. Chaos gets the same thing. For every curse in play, they gain 1. For every horde in play, they gain 1, and for every faction in the Chaos Graveyard, they gain 2.
Mm-hmm.
So we have how many curses? 1, 2, 3. 3 curses. Then there's 1 horde in play, so that's 4. And there's 4 different factions in here, so that's 8. So that's 12.
4. Okay, and then they get another 8 and go up to 12. Boop.
And yeah, you can see the number will be updated as soon as you hover over it. And now we score, the most important
And then we score
part.
ourselves.
So for each haven in play, and remember the hidden village counts as in play for that, we get 2 victory points. So Yanni gets 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 6. Then Syndra has how many in play?
I
3
got
havens, so that's 6 points for
so I'm
that.
gonna get 6. Do-do.
And then the Moya also have 3 havens in play, so that's also 6, goes up to 10. And then we get 1 VP for each special hex we are on. Special hexes are sea towers and home hexes, as well as some of the more advanced hexes also have extra VP on them. So the Moya will get 2 extra VP, and I think Cornelius and I will get 1 extra VP each.
Okay. So I'll move you up again, Aranya. Boop, boop. So now you're tied with Chaos.
We could now spend 5 resources to give each other or ourselves extra victory points. This could be very useful even now, since there's some hordes and legions that will just straight up take half of whatever resources that they take. But typically this is only useful for the last chapter to help somebody get that little last push at the end.
Makes sense.
All right, and then we go into the Omens phase. Do we want to play with the Arch Nemesis or without the Arch Nemesis?
Let's leave the expansion out for the time being. The expansion has some really big bads. We were told, like, make it harder after people told us, make it easier. So we did both things. And the Omens is a little thing that happens at the end of the first 3 chapters, which is going to bring one of these big 4 baddies out. But let's just stick to the core game right now, which is the original game, and I think still a beautiful game.
So we're just going to skip this for now. And I'm going to press the buttons. Don't press any buttons. Otherwise, things may go haywire. We're just going to automate this phase. All of your action points are back. Your cards are unflipped. And the market and quests are refreshed.
Fancy.
Now,
And
the only thing left to do is flip a haven.
Right?
Yeah.
You mean a druid?
So, a druid. Sorry. So, Steve, you just need to flip any of the 3 remaining druids, so we can see
One
what's
next to
underneath.
you. There's one down here.
Also this one. Shapeshifter.
A shapeshifter.
Okay. Good way to make up some VP if you're behind.
So I didn't catch what the druids did exactly.
So in combat, you have different dice just like your hero does, right? And most basic units don't have any dice with bolts. As Greg pointed out, if you look over here, you can see, where the bolts are. And the bolts start on the red die. It's got 1. Purple has 3 bolts on it. Black has 1 bolt as well. And in combat, these bolts can activate these powers.
Gotcha. Makes sense. Cool.
Yeah, the druids are, I guess if you want to think of us as one faction, we're all working with the druids. The druids are representatives and priests of the old gods. But they're a little weird. It's not exactly clear what they want with the world. They tend to dress in furs and skulls and sound kind of uncanny valley when they talk. But still, they're our best hope against the Empire and Chaos, and they bring us magic, so we're not questioning them right now.
That works.
No questions.
No questions. All right, so let's go right into
done with
the
refresh.
next phase. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a little thing that people need to be aware of in TTS. When you go into the events phase and there's any hordes or legions still left, what would usually happen is you increase their threat by 2. So if you don't destroy them, they will keep getting stronger. And this will also be done automatically. As you can see, the little threat tracker is currently green and it's gone up by 2. So to indicate that you don't really have to pay attention to it. If this would have been yellow or red, you would need to give that faction 1 victory point or 2 victory points. because if they can't go higher than the maximum, they will just get victory points instead. But for now, we don't have to deal with it.
Good to know.
And then we got the prolonged eclipse, which in this current version doesn't show up in the top of the screen, but I've already fixed it in the development version. So for this case, you just need to go over here and read it where it's at, basically.
So for days, an eclipse of the sun has darkened the islands, and the survivors are huddling even closer in their poorly defended shelters. There's one garrison on every hex with a garrison, except the capital.
Oof. Well, it's not too bad. Not too bad,
Yeah,
actually.
it could be worse.
Okay. Flip one unexplored hex and resolve its effects.
Yeah, you get to pick anything. I mean, this one might be good. That would save me an action point or two to go there and do it.
Yeah, I like this idea.
Sea towers are also good to do early, but
I like
this one's also fine.
Let's do this one.
Okay. So just need to unlock it and then press F to flip it.
There you go. A dense roof of leaves created an eternal twilight in Dunkelholm?
Dunkelholm. It's the German pronunciation.
Yes.
Dunkelholm.
And as you can see, again, we have impassable terrain, which in this case would be pretty terrible for me. So I would appreciate it if you could flip it around a bit so I have access to it.
Or here. So we need to flip it maybe like that way? Yeah.
This would be good if my Koloth were here. But since I need the Koloth to be in here as well, and it can't go over this.
Oh, you need both you guys. I see.
Yeah. So if you could.
So it'd be like this.
Yes, perfect. That would be perfect. And then we're going to lock it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to read what's happened. So you already got the 2 plunder from it. And then remove any skeletons here. No skeletons. Then we place 2 garrisons here. And then we have immediate combat.
Oh, that's right.
So you're always going to interrupt things for a combat if they come up.
Sure. Counter.
So who's going to play the counter?
So who wants to play the... I'll be the counter. I love playing him. He's got all those skeleton archers. So I'll roll 3 white dice against that guy. And we're on a woods?
Reroll archers. Oh, no.
Okay.
Wow.
You can reroll that die once, yep. And baddies only reroll blanks.
Aha! Take a damage,
okay.
You fool.
He takes a damage. Ow!
That's good. And now we have the level 2 garrison against the level
archery.
3 counter.
Yeah, so he's got purple, blue, yellow.
Not bad, little garrison. The little garrison that could.
Little garrison that could. Oh, no, it can't.
So garrison is dead, but the counter takes another point of damage. That's the great outcome. Really good outcome.
Nice.
And I'll move this over to here.
You should really use the shortcuts. I'm telling you, otherwise there will be another problem later on.
All right, so we interrupted the events phase, but we're still in it. So would you continue reading the event?
Don't we have to finish this?
Actually, we still have to do.
Yeah.
Yes. Each player draws 1 feet, then discards 1 feet.
Perfect.
Oh yeah, you're right. We have to continue the hex. Man, so many layers. What do I draw?
Many things.
Do we pick it, or do we just draw the top one?
You just draw the top one.
You just draw the top one. Hover over it and hit 1 on your top row. And now we have to all discard a feat.
I'm going to discard the same one that I just drew. It's not very useful.
I'm going to discard this Guile feat since it's done its duty. Thank you, Guile. I'm going to get hit and run.
Yeah, it's just a little effect to help you shape your abilities a bit more. If you picked up a feat along the way that might not be as useful anymore, you could just get rid of it now.
And I have to discard 1, yes?
Yes.
Yes. So
unless you have something that would prevent that, but I don't think... I think we have 1 item that could do it, right? The Deepling Glow Shroom. Yeah,
I think you're the starter one too, right? If I don't get it, not Berserker.
For instance, yeah.
Yeah, so I had 0 to get rid of it, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Perfect. Okay. Now keep doing the event.
Keep eventing.
Keep eventing. Place one skeleton with other skeletons. Okay.
Ooh. Oh, we have still plenty of skeletons left.
One little rule we didn't mention, but if there's ever 3 skeletons in the same hex, they turn into a horde. The skeletons go back to the reserve, and a fresh horde appears. So you don't want to place them with Syndra, unless you really like abuse, in which case you should place it with Syndra. She's already got 2 skeletons. Otherwise, there's
but
skeletons
we have
around
still
all of our
3
home hexes.
single skeletons left, yeah. So.
Oh, okay, I see.
Probably
place
place
one.
it
That was
somewhere
one
else.
each one. So just only one total.
It's just one.
Okay, that's not so bad. Let's put it over here.
If we wanted you to place more, we would have said something like place 1 skeleton in each hex with skeletons or something to that effect.
Yeah, let's put one right here. That's fine.
You could just hit 4 on your numpad and then it will make it appear.
Boom.
Yes.
Zoink.
It's I think the second automation that I put in this game, and it helped tremendously make the game. Not having to go back and forth to all the bags is very helpful. All right, and then we go into the second part of the event.
While the gaze of the survivors turned to the sky in fear, the steps of the legionnaires echoed through the capital in unison. Add 2 legions at threat 5 on the capital.
All right, so now we're going to meet the other bad guys.
The Spy Master appears.
Steve, would you read off the Spy Master and tell us what he does?
Sure. Nobu might be corrupt, but his cunning made him irreplaceable. Immediate spy network. Place his target. Flip the most expensive
But now we
items
have to
on the market. Okay. You cannot draw new ones even on the refresh phase. Ooh.
But first we have to give him somebody to chase.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to place a target to a player. So we have to decide who gets this target. And since you're first player, it would be your choice.
Probably just come up to me because I've got guys nearby, so I'll probably deal them easier. Yeah, I'll just take it.
This is a very important step because he does have some very strong abilities in this case.
Oh.
So his combat ability is enemies cannot use shields. So would be a terrible idea to put them on the Durakar because the Durakar have tons of shields. So I would really appreciate if I didn't get him. So your suggestion of taking him might not be the worst.
Okay, I'll do it then.
But and if you want to see how to place a target, you can look right here on the placing and activation. All those types of rules will be found on that card.
Cool. Discarding feats and knives is painful. Yeah, I agree with you, Greg.
So
yeah, I'll take it. So
you're gonna take him?
Yeah, I'll take the target. It's fine.
So it goes to you, and then it goes to the haven with the least or the fewest units. So in this case, you have 2 with the fewest units. So it could either go here or it could go here.
Let's go here.
That's your choice.
Bring it to me.
Okay. Just be aware that there is a distinct possibility that he will just immediately activate.
Well,
and then he will just be on that hex immediately. I mean, I don't think it can happen right now, but there are some effects that can make it happen.
What's the worst that can happen? We've been seeing it all night, right? Let's see what happens.
We also have to finish his immediate effect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just one. But the good one. No. So we have to flip the most expensive cards on the market. Luckily, there's only one most expensive card right now. Yeah, we just have to flip it, and as long as he is alive, it will stay flipped, and we cannot draw new ones.
Yep. Yeah. He shut down that part of the market, and that item is gone from the game.
Oftentimes, you will just flip all 3 if they're all the same cost, and that's very hilarious.
Okay.
And then we draw a new legion, since he's already got his target.
Ooh.
Assassin.
The assassin shows up.
Outcast by her
family.
I think it's probably gonna be me, even though that really hurts. But I don't think we can just let Syndra sit back there without her teleport.
She's a bad walker, yeah. She needs her teleport.
So I am happy to fight the assassin, which means that place her target, then that player flips their starting feats. So I won't have access to my Koloff or my Elder Feet this turn.
Hmm.
And she gets 1 additional activation token. So she's
So
going
now
to
the
be
Spy
very
Master
fast.
and the Assassin have 2, yep. And they're both going to move twice on their movement.
So that's done for events. So we now go into build.
All right, remember you have 2 feats and you can pick one, and then you can build some units. Up to 5 units on 1 haven. And Steve, just as a word of a reminder, this haven that the sea tower is, the Dawn Yard, this haven is adjacent to everything else. So units you build here will be able to jump to anywhere from there, but not back. So you're in a good position to make some attacks.
Oh,
yeah, you also have the Netherwood, which is adjacent to all sea towers, which is also great. So even though this hex is not adjacent technically, because there's impassable terrain here, because the Netherwood has the special ability of being adjacent to all sea towers, you could just move units to your sea tower again.
Cool. Okay, so I gotta pick one of these feats, huh?
Build some guys. Definitely. And this is also a chance to build some defenses now, if you need to build some defenses. And I will definitely build a wall and a tower here to defend against the assassin coming up. And
sorry,
then I'm gonna
what are you
place
suggesting?
my units. So in the build phase is when you build your defenses as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I just put up a wall and a tower on my haven,
Mm-hmm.
which helps with defending in this hex specifically.
Mm-hmm.
And since the assassin will have to come through here,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put one here. So it might be wise to also put one on your haven over here, but that's up to you.
I like that idea.
Depends on if you have the resources to do it and stuff.
Yeah, so it's gonna be.
So definitely need to turn some of this food into something else, I feel like.
Tower and a wall.
I just bought 2 big units, a Rangers, the #1 archer, and another Beastmasters. And I took the Illusionist's feat, which will let me get even more shields. So I'm ready to go.
So where are the towers and walls coming from? How did
Oh, you can hover over
you
your
can use-
haven and press 8 and 9 to summon them.
Ah, perfect. Thank you. Perfect.
Yeah, you also have a little shortcut sheet on the right.
Oh yeah.
Of your screen.
Let's see now.
Basically all with the numpad, done with the numpad.
Let's see.
Just takes a while to get used to it, but once you're used to it, you will never want to not have that feature in a TTS game anymore.
For sure. I could build the units at any garrison, correct?
At any haven, yeah.
Any haven, sorry. I keep saying garrison. I don't know why.
Yeah. There's one exception. If you have no havens, you build units on your hero. But that's only if you have no more havens.
Hopefully you don't run into that situation very often. Let's do that.
It happens sometimes.
It
It's
can
possible to
happen.
get wiped out. Yeah. One of the nice things about this game is your friends can free up some hexes for you. So cooperation is not necessarily direct. It's more about doing quests that give you stuff and like opening up a path. But you can recover completely in one chapter, even if you don't have anything.
Games where one guy was just behind by like 25 points, and then we still managed to turn it around. So there's plenty of ways to recover from difficult setbacks, and usually those are the games that you remember the longest.
Yeah, that's where the co-op comes in.
Okay, I built a bunch of units. I can build these guys, I guess. So let's build some hunters. Oh, wait, I need 2 hunters to do this. Oh, crap. Didn't think this through.
And don't forget to keep a little bit of food so that you can move around.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because you need food to command.
Okay. I'll grab these guys.
Well, I mean, technically, Ronya doesn't, but it's probably not the best use of her wilds. Although it could be. Could be a very good use of her wilds.
Okay, cool.
All right, we all done?
If we're all done building?
Perfect, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, we can move on to the actions phase.
Okay.
And which feat did you take, Steve?
I took the magic one.
Okay. And did you get 3 resources for it?
I did not. Thank you for reminding me of that.
Yeah, I might even give you more units if you want.
I'm giving you to that for now. Okay.
Okay.
Always good to keep
So
some
you're
salt
first.
in reserve to buy items.
Oh, I'm up. Okay. I think I just wanna. I've got 2 armies going here. Now, can you move into the capital, or
Yes.
you can? Okay.
The capital has one little special, or 2 actually special rules.
Mm-hmm.
If you attack into it and you destroy everything on it, so there's no more Imperial legions on it, they will just draw a new legion to defend it. And this will just keep happening until they have no more legions to spawn. So there is a possibility of taking the capital and then flipping it, but you would need to kill 4 more legions that would come out of the legion deck to do that.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm not sure what makes sense to do here, honestly. I could explore. That might be worth it.
Yeah.
If I explore here,
putting down 5 havens is super strong.
Yeah.
Exploring more is super strong.
Let's do that. Let's move and explore. So move, and I will be exploring here. Cool. Okay. Let's move up.
I mean,
here.
also attacking the capital and taking out 1 or 2 of them is also not bad. But you probably don't want to lose all of your units at the start of the round. You probably want to
yeah, I think I'm gonna
do
wait.
some other stuff first.
Steve, I might also send you in the other direction, since if you cut me off, I won't have any way of attacking the capital myself. I'll have to make a big snaky loop all around
So
it.
explain to me why that is, because I was thinking I can flip this for you, and then you could walk through it. But you're saying you
Then
can't?
yeah, go ahead, do that.
Oh, are you saying that you'd rather explore this anyway, so we can just have more of the board reserve?
Yeah, I'm gonna go there, and
Okay.
you might want to move yourself in an opposite direction. But that was very generous of you. I
okay with
wasn't
that.
sure what the plan was. Now
There's
I know
also
the plan.
still an empty hex over here that is just sitting there for somebody to take.
Oh, true. Okay, I'll just flip this one though, real quick. Oh gosh.
Ooh, food.
The giant bones of Koloth line the plains of Rune. If empty, place 1 garrison here. If not, reinforce here. So garrison's gonna pop up there. When it says place 1
Just
garrison,
noticed that
garrison is number 1. What to do? Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. All right, and it says place 1 garrison on an empty hex with no X. Does it have to be this one?
No, it could be any of these, but it could also be this one if you wanted to.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
it doesn't make super sense to do it, but
Yeah.
you might. You still have the spoils of war. You could just
Let's
snack on a little garrison,
put a
but
garrison down here. Okay. And it says roll your hero dice, gain food per every skull. Each of the player gains a food. Sweet. Okay. So my hero dice was currently 1 purple, 2 red, a blue, and I can choose a yellow or white.
well, the white have fewer skulls. The yellows have more skulls.
Okay, so I choose a yellow then. Yellow, so 2 red, purple, a blue, and a yellow. Okay. 2 red, purple, a blue, and a yellow. Okay. See what happens. 3.
3 skulls.
So I get 3 food?
Man, wish my rolls would look like this.
Yeah, Greg, give me crap about the hills moving the capital. I don't know the capital. I'm trying to figure that out. So hey,
that seems like he's encouraging you to attack the capital.
I think so. I think we have to do it at some point in this game.
Nothing bad will happen.
Oh, I should probably rotate this too. I don't like that positioning. Let's
I mean, to be fair, we're pretty far ahead. I would
Yeah, it's not a bad
say.
idea. We could afford it.
I want to rotate this real quick. I kind of should have done that earlier. Let's rotate like that. All right.
Yeah, just
I'll
make
lock
sure
it
to
down.
lock it afterwards so you don't accidentally throw it away or something.
Okay, that looks like it for that. So I am done with my explore.
Okay, I'm all out of salt, so I will use the trade action to get a salt. And then I'll spend it immediately to teleport. Zoop. And let's see what's under this ice waste right here. An explore action. It's torment. None who wandered out into the icy maze ever returned from torment. Alright, I gain 3 salts. Place a skeleton or reinforce here. Uh-oh, and now it's time for the little skeleton march. 2 skeletons with other skeletons, so that doesn't mean they have to be together, as Paul pointed out. So I'll put 1 here, behind my hex, and then 1 here. Boop. That means if we explore many more skeleton-producing things, hordes might start popping out and biting us on the face.
Yeah, we
but,
also only have 3 skeletons in reserve, so we should
Mm-hmm.
probably start
Gotta
taking
cleaning
care of
those guys
some of
up.
them.
Powell, your turn.
I will start cleaning up the counter. Can't just have him running around.
Nice.
I don't need Yanni in that combat, since she doesn't actually do anything in combat.
Mhm.
At least not currently. She might have a feat or item later, but currently she doesn't, so she can just sit there for now. And I'm just gonna send these guys to their death. So I have 3 white in archery versus the archer. The counter's 2 white in archery.
Mm-hmm.
Steve, you want to play that counter?
Sure. 2 whites.
And we are in a wood, so we could reroll, but I'm gonna wait for. Okay, so 1 skull. Reroll his blank, so I can see what
Still blank.
he got. A blank. Okay, so I can reroll these 2 and leave
Ah.
that one a shield. Nothing happens. Okay,
Big clean.
Whiff,
now we
whiff,
go
whiff.
into clash.
So he's at level 2, so he's gonna get 2 blues and a yellow. Oh, and 2 whites.
No, nope, that's just an archery.
Oh, it's archery. Good.
You can see that the hordes and legions have separate columns, but your units show both symbols when they're archers.
Gotcha. So 2 blues and 2 blues and a yellow.
And a yellow.
Okay.
Should not be able to. No, he might actually survive this.
Nope.
But he does not. All right. He deals 1 damage to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I lose 1 guy, and then I deal 3 damage to him. So he is a goner.
Nice job.
I lose.
And don't forget, he has,
one
he
of
has an
my
on-death
guys.
effect, which we should take a look at here.
Yes. I will lose.
Oh yeah. You've destroyed
This
his 2
guy?
skeletons here.
Yes. It's very annoying.
Does that mean you have to fight them
Oops.
immediately? Those skeletons?
Yes.
Okay.
They just show up. Luckily, we are in the woods, and I still have some archers left. I shouldn't have taken the red guy. Maybe, I don't know. Nothing, but we are in the woods, so I'm gonna reroll these. Hopefully, I get at least 1 skull.
Oh.
No.
My dice today, my dice are not helpful today
Oh.
at all.
Watch a horde
That's
appear.
terrible. That's
All right,
terrible.
it's clash
Roll
time. That's
2 red
2
dice.
dice for the skeleton.
The skeletons just have 1 red each? Yeah.
Yep.
So 2 reds.
I mean, that's at least not the worst. But he might just wipe out my army.
Oh, no!
Of course he does.
Oh, he's
Oh
doing
no!
it.
I lose 2 of my guys. Oh no. Oh
And
no.
Greg, you can see that the bolt down here on a skeleton produces more skeleton. So even though the 2 of them die right away,
Oh my
another
god.
one
One
appears
comes
to
back.
take their place. So they're still in combat.
So roll another red dice. And don't roll a bolt, please. I don't have many more units left over.
And don't
I
roll
don't
a
think you
double
hit it.
skull.
Yeah, don't roll a double. Roll a blank, please. That would be good.
No, no!
Come on!
Maybe I shouldn't be rolling anymore.
That's really bad. That's really, really
All
bad.
right. You kill one and it comes back, roll another red die.
Don't roll the bolt. Just whatever you do, don't roll the bolt. I don't even mind if my call of dice.
There
at
we
this
go.
point.
Last one. Come on, blink. Come on, blink. Come on, blinks.
It's a 1 and 6.
Ah,
Okay.
there we go.
Oh, okay. You aren't the monster everyone says you are.
All right, that was terrible.
That was a lot bad.
Actually, you know what? Yanni would have been here because then she just gets to build a haven
Oh yeah.
immediately after. Totally forgot about that.
But you did score 4 victory points for that, right? So
Yeah,
not a total
yeah,
loss.
but I also lost my entire army except for the Koloff, which
Okay, it was a total
not
loss.
great. Like I don't even have 5 units to defend my haven left over, so that's not
Yeah, maybe we should attack the capital.
exactly good.
It might be that
All
time.
right, it's your turn.
Call out for the win. Nice, Greg. Nice. Okay. I kind of want to take out this garrison. I'm thinking first. This is pretty wimpy, and then I can move into the capital. I'm leaning towards from there.
I mean, Greg wants you to attack the capital, so
Yes, I mean I think it has to happen. So, but I feel like I want to take out the garrison first.
he's the voice of the crow.
Exactly. So let me do
Attack!
do a command, and let's move all these guys here, or maybe not. I should probably keep guy to protect. Let's move.
You could move some guys from a sea tower if you wanted to. They're adjacent to any hex, so you could move them in this.
Oh, that's right. I can leave these guys here, and move. I like that. Move a hunter here. I actually want 2 hunters for sure. And then
This is why building units on your sea tower is always a good idea, because you can just move them into any other hex.
cool. I like it. Let's do that. All right.
All right, you're in combat. Check your terrain.
Terrain is something. Crag, something.
It's a
Badlands.
Badlands. You can see the key down here.
Writer add their dice. What does that mean?
So in archery,
In archery,
you're-
riders add their dice.
I don't. What do
And
you
you have one rider here, this lizard rider. He's he loves riding around on planes. So he's going
I
to give
see
you
what you're saying.
a red archery die now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And I also have unless wait, hold on. If I have archery, if you have 2+ hunters here, gain a blue dice. Is this every time?
So you're
or do I have to flip it over?
every time, yeah.
Every time, sweet. So I get a blue, a
Yeah.
red, and 2 whites. Is that how I'm understanding it?
That's right.
That's awesome.
Unless a feat or card says flip, you don't flip it at all,
Okay,
and
so
it will just keep going off.
let's do it. Blue, red, and I guess I'll do the right side.
Whichever side you like.
Yeah. So a blue, a
It doesn't
red,
matter.
and 2 whites.
I have one little wimpy white die to fight you with.
Okay.
Takes a
I put
damage.
up a little fight.
Yep. Little fight. Let's see. I guess I'll get rid of.
I mean, we
It's
do have
also-
the deep dweller out, but nobody seems to be rolling any bolts except the
I'm about to.
nemesis.
There you go. Who's that guy?
He goes into the Imperial Graveyard.
Oops, wrong one. Oh yeah, chaos. Good. Thank you. Okay, and that's done. And I don't get spoils because that's not a legion.
It is an imperial unit, so you do get the spoils.
It is?
Mhm.
Imperial units. Oh, okay, cool. What do we get?
Both are pretty nice. I think you have to be able to use it to take it, but you do have the one guile for the Nobus Mask, and you do have the nothing for Petiti, so you could get either one.
I'll take the mask.
Petiti's King of the Koloths.
Ooh,
Leviathan's Harpoon.
Okay.
Can anyone get that?
No.
So I moved. I think that's everything for me.
Nope.
So
Nobody can.
Next turn.
Yeah, I could derp around at the quest, or I could just do what Greg says and move towards the capital.
I know, but
Yes.
you. He's like, capital, go kill.
I will follow the impeccable advice. I'll start commanding. Doop, doop, doop. Oh my guys, I have a pretty heavy army here, but a level 3 garrison's also no joke. So there's my command. I've got 2 Beastmasters and a Ranger, and then a Son of the Bow and Sword Sister. All right, so that's
I had this
command
fight
action.
on the Badlands once where I rolled like 5 dice, and the garrison just rolled all skull shields, and it just crushed me.
Oh, jeez.
It was absolutely devastating.
All right, so I'm also going to spend assaults on the Blackfire to give myself another white die. So I've got purple, white, white against white, white, white. So I'll roll my purple, white, white, and
white,
if Steve would roll the 3 white dice.
I can do that, sure. White, white,
Hmm.
white.
See how badly I get spanked here.
Not bad.
Okay, average spanking. Not so
Yeah.
bad. Okay, so that's a little slappy fight.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm on to a level 5 garrison in Clash, but at least I have a little bit more meat. Two
Level 5
Beastmasters
Gerson, is
two
this
red.
something you haven't told me?
Spoilers.
Oh, sorry, level 3.
Expansion.
I'm really excited. Does it get really tall?
That's right.
You go up to level 10.
So this is 2 blues, 2 yellows, and a white.
Oh, no. Yes.
Two
This is my typical
blues,
rolling with red.
2 yellows,
Oof.
and a white. Okay.
I've never seen a red die I couldn't roll a blank on.
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry.
Okay. This one's a leaner if you... I'll just hit the reroll button on it. Pew! See what happens.
No problem. So Dirk says, you guys are doing a great job. He wanted to tell you guys
Okay.
specifically. So
Alright, I will flip my Beastmasters and get 2 shields. So I take 1 damage, and it takes 1 damage. And I feel a little disappointed. That's also kind of how the cookie crumbles. Go on, get in there. Alrighty, I'm just going to delete this yellow die. And I think we can delete this blue die. And if you just draw a little box around the dice, you can hit R to reroll. It's very fast here.
That looks much
There we
better.
go.
cool. So just want to make sure I understood. That's right. Here we go. Blanks, blanks, blanks. Yeah, it's not too bad.
Haha, okay.
That's one
So
shield.
let's see, I'm gonna kill it. It's gonna do a damage to me unless I use my illusionist, which I will. It's a little feat that lets me get some more shields. So I'll take no more damage, thank you very much.
Nice.
And I will delete the bad guys. So I have to do this correctly in order from the top to bottom, otherwise they turn into bullets, I think, right? And I'll
Yes,
get 3
but you
victory
also
points.
cannot delete them any other way. There's a mechanism in place that prevents you from actually doing it any other way.
Okay. So I feel pretty good about that. Just lost one guy.
I am currently on the woods, and we have the Hokan Scouts out, which lets us just explore something for free, basically. Is anyone interested in gaining a free hex, or can I just grab one for myself?
Grab one for
I
yourself.
think you're behind on hexes, so
Yeah.
you should take one.
Take it.
All right, so I'm gonna do that and get one hex for myself. So I get an extra yellow. Unfortunately, I don't have my elder, but I do have 3 extra dice. So I mean, it should work out.
Look at all that magic you got, Yanni. You're almost as good at a magic
What?
missile as I am.
Yeah.
Look at that. Lots of lightning.
There's the
Looking at
bolts.
3 skulls, which is
Bolts.
not enough to get the victory point.
Do we have enough to get you a thing? It's probably worth it to spend 2 to get you a victory point, right? Oh, I don't have that many resources, though.
It's fine. I mean, I can just use this to get the victory point.
I'll save it for later, yep.
Yeah. So we flip any hex, and then we don't place anything. I'm just gonna take this little salt ice waste over here. So if empty, place 2 skeletons here. If not reinforced here, place 2 skeletons for the skeletons. None of that matters.
No.
I just
right now there's no skeletons. Whew.
just gain 2 salts for free.
Why does none of that matter?
And because the Hokan Scout says, flip any unexplored hex with no curse on it and resolve its effects, but do not place or reinforce any garrisons or
nice.
skeletons, then discard this quest. So since I got the Astute, I get 1 victory point for the skulls, and then I can look at the top quest, and it's the Willing to Fight. And yeah, we're gonna leave that on top, I think, right? That's a pretty good quest. Although we don't have a way to draw it. Oh, should I draw it instead and not get the victory point? Yes, let's do that instead, right?
You're the
That's much
quest
better.
master.
So I'm not getting the victory point from the skulls. Instead, I'm gonna take the middle one, the shield one. You may draw a new quest. So since we know which quest is coming up, it's a pretty safe bet. Oh, looks like I lost a youngling.
Okay. Okay, so what do I need to do? Oh yeah, I feel like I should have done this last time. But flip to use the command haven or move action without paying resources. So I feel like I should just definitely put down another haven for sure, especially my spot.
Always put down havens.
Yeah, always.
Always put down havens.
So move this guy up here. There we go. Okay, now what do I actually want to do on my turn? Question. Do we charge in there? How does it work with multiple people? Do you have to engage both of them?
You'll engage them in initiative order. You can see every baddie has a number here. And the Legion and Hordes have different numbers. The garrisons and skeletons are at initiative 0. Okay. So you'll first fight the garrisons, then you'll move on to the Spymaster, then you'll move on to the Assassin.
It's a lot of people to go through in one go.
That's true, but it's not impossible if you get a little lucky.
Do you think I've got enough to try for it? What do you think? I feel like because I can move all these units into that spot, is my understanding.
Well, you can only move...
If you go and I'll follow you up, and maybe we lose all of our armies.
You can only move 5 into one hex at one point, so you can't have more than 5 units in at the same time.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. Don't listen to me, Greg says. Don't listen to me. He's regretting it.
Thanks for the advice, but we're going in anyway. Well, we have a chance to take the Empire well out of the game if we can destroy a few legions and if they can't attack us. But we're likely to lose our armies because the capital is very well defended right now.
Yeah, because I was
each Legion and Horde deck is 6 cards.
Okay, because my initial plan was to let them come at me right here, because that's pretty well. I can make that pretty well defended, and then maybe next turn go for the capital or next chapter. I don't know, unless that's not worth it. I don't know.
It's definitely something you could do.
I mean, one is a safe play, and the other one's quite fighty. Yeah.
Well, you said you're gonna follow up. Let's do the fighty thing.
We're pretty far ahead. Like the only one who's still a little behind is me, but I'm pretty much set up to catch up immediately now. So.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So let me do a command.
I would not recommend this if you're in a worse position. Okay. But we're so far ahead already. I don't think that it can go too badly.
All right.
Chaos could come roaring out of the gate with those skeletons turning into hordes. We shouldn't forget them. They're still in the game.
True. But even if we take them all out, it doesn't really change anything.
I mean, it's war, and these are our hated slave masters. Ignoring the fact that you have slaver units, Steve.
Oh yeah, exactly. The Screamer, this thing says I can exchange a one-use dice with one of your hero's dice. I assume my hero has to be part of that battle, correct?
Yeah, it says at the bottom, on your hero's hex.
Oh, okay. Okay. Alright, so let's move all these people. Let's just go at it. It's happening.
Yes, to war.
It's happening.
The war cry of Nemesis games.
Too bad, Greg. You put it in their heads. It's happening. Okay. So the first thing is the garrison. Is that how I understand it?
You could place one more unit there if you wanted to.
Yeah. I can move one more?
Yeah, you could.
Hmm?
Oh, yeah, let's do it. Let's
use
the Berserker. Actually... No, I needed some fodder. So I just got this guy in here. There we go. Okay.
Actually, a very smart play. Honestly.
Alrighty. So any before combat anythings? I don't see anything on these guys' side.
Nope. I think you just go straight into archery.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do the Screamer ability. Because I can do that on the archery, I assume, right?
It'll tell you on the card. And I think it says clash.
Oh, it says clash up there, so it has to be clash. Okay, got it. Got it. So yeah, archery. So
right, I'll roll 3 white dice.
3 white dice, and I get 2 white and a blue. Just want to make sure that's right. I think that's right. Yes, 2 white and blue. All right, you got a 3 white, and I get 2 white and a blue. Ah!
Ooh, very nice. You delete 2 levels of garrison.
That's a good start.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now they're just down to their wimpy level 1 dice.
So they get
White and a
blue
blue.
and a white. So I
Yeah,
can.
so now if you want to use the Screamer, you could, but you might want to save it for one of the worst guys.
But can't use it each time? It doesn't say flip it or anything.
It does say flip.
Oh, just kidding. Literally, the first word in that card says flip. Thank you. I will save it.
There's a lot of text. There's a lot of text.
Okay, yeah. So let's do just normal combat. So I've got two. Let me see what I got here. 2 whites, a purple, a yellow, and a red. Okay. All right. Let's see what happens. 2 whites, yellow, purple, and a red.
They have a white and a blue.
Ah, I got the shield blocked.
Okay.
And it looks like I got 3 hits.
Alrighty, so you kill it, and you get 3 victory points, Rania. I'll move you forward.
Sweet.
1, 2, 3.
And I get spoils of war. So what can I get here? Only this one
does
looks
it
like.
actually go off? Because there's still Imperial units here, right?
Oh, it has to be empty? If you destroyed all Imperial units. You're correct. You were correct.
No looting.
Which I'm not sure how that works on the capital if you keep like drawing new guys. No, but that happens.
There's got to be a
afterwards,
moment.
so-
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a little
there's an
moment where
after
you get to
combat.
loot. Yeah.
Okay,
So
far,
it's
good.
you against the Spy Master.
Yeah, Spy Master is level. What's it? Level 5? Oh my goodness. So 3.
Great if you could push through a little to the assassin. That would be amazing.
Okay, so let's do the archery first. So it's gonna be 2 whites and a yellow for me.
Yep, he's got 3 white.
I mean 2 white and blue. Sorry. 2 shields. Nah, nothing.
Okay, he ignores your shields, unfortunately, so he does a damage to you.
That's like the perfect roll. Do absolutely nothing. Okay, so
Yeah, watch out for him. He's sneaky.
I guess I'll
Very sneaky.
use my hunters, I guess. 1. Wait, I can't hit 0. Oh, 0. That works. Oh, wait, where'd he go? Did he go back to my board? I think he did.
He did, but he would go to the Imperial Graveyard, which is on the 8.
Yeah, so 0 does
There
not
he
do
is,
that.
okay.
Good to know. I guess, yeah, let's send the other archer up there too. There we go. Okay.
No, you should have only lost 1, right?
Shouldn't lose 1? Why? Because he ignores my shields, right?
Yep, just
Yeah, but he only has 1 skull.
But he only has 1 skull.
1 skull. I'm sorry. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Let's do the next round. So I got red.
Yeah, so he is at purple, blue, 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 red. You could use your Screamer now if you want to replace anyone's dice.
Let's do it. Let's replace it with probably the red, I feel like. So I'll replace the white with
like
a
a good
red.
choice.
So I get 2 reds, a purple, and a yellow. Yeah, let's do that. Okay.
Well, the white has shields, and you don't want those anyway.
Perfect.
Yep. All right, and what's he got? Purple, blue, blue, red. Okay.
Not
purple.
the worst.
Blue. Look at all those bolts. Now you can start accessing those druids.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness.
Oof.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
Ouchies.
Is
That's
this a leaner here? I think that's a leaner.
Yeah,
I
that's
hit the
a
R.
leaner.
There we go.
Okay. Yeah, that's about as bad as it gets.
So what do the lightning bolts do here? We got gain the resource shown of the hex or gain a point before damage once per combat. Okay. And this one is
Well, the capital doesn't have any resources, so you couldn't get any resources out of that one.
and this one is place one of your units from any graveyard in any explored hex without enemy units. Okay, that's after combat, after damage.
Yes.
So
Yeah, so what happens now is we deal the damage,
Mhm.
basically.
mm-hmm.
And so he wipes you out, and you deal 2 damage to him.
Mm-hmm.
Then he activates his vault ability, which is discard your most expensive item or a feat without using it. So you have to get rid of something. It could be something that you've already used. So you could just discard the... I think the Screamer... Yeah, the Screamer is as expensive as the Nobus Mask. So you could just discard the Screamer if you wanted to.
I'll get rid of the Noble's Mask, that's fine. Oh, wrong button. There we go. There we go. Okay.
Okay. Now you can assign bolts to the druids.
Mm-hmm.
So you probably want to put one on each, right?
Yeah, so
Because
this will
what
give
else
you
are
1
you gonna
point.
do with them?
And this one, I don't
Yeah,
quite
so I'm just
understand.
gonna give you that 1 victory point.
Thank you. I don't understand this archery in class. Place one of your units from any graveyard in any explored hex without any units. So is it someone comes back from the death area over here?
Yes.
Oh.
You get to
Yep.
you get to take them back.
You can see
However,
that's after death.
these guys go
So
into
all
the
your
graveyard
dead,
first, and now
will
you
be
can
available.
pick them back up from there.
I'll probably take the big guy, right? Why not?
Yeah, sure. Take the most expensive one.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it. Okay. Oh, it has to be any without units?
That's fine. That's
Without
a
enemy
hex
units.
without
Got it.
enemy units.
Cool. Alright. That is it for me.
Weirdly enough, our units count as enemies towards each other. So, like, if you couldn't put them in my hex because that's enemy units for you, even though it doesn't really make sense, but it makes sense in game mechanic terms.
Well, it actually makes sense.
What are you
too,
talking about?
because if the bad guys are
Yeah.
fighting each other, so we would do the
Yeah.
same, presumably, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
We hate each other.
we
hate
We're
hate
just
we like each
cooperating
other.
temporarily.
We did have a version for a while where we were fighting each other, and there was a really weird thing going on, but we decided to not do that because it was just too exhausting.
Sure. My hero stay in that spot, I assume, or does he?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Just stick around.
Sounds good. I take no responsibility for your decision to invade the capital. Thanks, Greg.
So that's the end of your turn, and now Cornelius has some chances to attack that.
I'll
That
place a
capital.
haven. Set myself up.
I will also place a haven, so it's back to Steven. Or Steve.
Blah, blah, blah. I've done all I can with attacky stuff, I think. I think I'm at the point now maybe try questing, potentially. Let's see. Any of these quests make sense to do?
I mean, if you have resources, the Forest Spirit is always good.
Choose
One
it.
thing that people don't realize is that you don't just automatically discard it if you succeed or fail.
Mhm.
You have to pay attention to what the text says, and in this case, the Forest Spirit does not say that you discard it if you succeed. So you can just keep doing it as many times as you succeed.
5 resources, huh? I might be able to do that. Oh yeah, I got resources. Let's try it. So and I can do that from anywhere. If your hero is on a hex with a curse, +1 die. Okay, well I'm not there. That's fine. So let me roll my hero dice and see what happens. So my hero dice are 2 red, a purple, a blue, and I can choose either white or yellow. But this one needs what? I need a shield, right? So I should probably do a white.
Well, you need either 3 skulls, a shield, or a bolt.
Okay.
It's relatively easy.
Okay, let's try it. I'll do the white. I'll do 2 reds, a blue, 2 reds, a purple. A blue.
I mean, it is possible to mess up. I have done so before.
That's fair. 2 red.
It's not that hard.
A blue and a white. There we go. Let's see what I get. I got 4 skulls. So
4. So you do it.
I did do it, luckily. And so this one, 1+, solve, choose a hex with a curse, pay 5 resources, move that curse and gain a victory point. I will do so. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there we go. And let's get rid of the curse.
It really doesn't matter too
Okay,
much.
let's get rid of this one.
They're all kind of the same at this point. Yeah. Just press 0 on it and it's gone.
Okay, done. Okay, that is it for.
Sometimes it does actually matter if they're on the inside. Then you definitely want to get rid of them on the inside first. But if they're on the outside, it's like all kind of the same.
Yeah, for sure. That's my turn.
I guess I'll do the willing to fight, right?
Yes.
Because I can get my
specifically waiting for you to do it, so you get your good.
Yeah. So hold on to that. Yeah. Okay. So it's a pretty easy roll. I don't think I need to move anywhere. Got 3 purple, and I'll get a yellow this time. So 1, 2, 3, and a yellow, and I also have my happy
VP.
little runestones right there.
Greg mentioned I didn't get the VP for that. I didn't move my marker. Did one of you guys move the marker by chance?
I did not touch the marker.
No, so it's this one up here. So you
Okay.
get 3 victory points for that.
Oh, 3?
I did move you up 1 VP for the shapeshifter.
For the shapeshifter. Yeah, but I didn't move it for the quest. The quest got just.
Oh, for the forest spirit, yeah.
It just gets 1, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just one VP. Okay.
So did you get the 3 for the garrisons?
The garrisons. I didn't.
I gave those to him.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right, sorry. Keep going.
Okay, I succeeded at the willing to fight with 4 little skulls, so I get a victory point. Yay!
Nice job.
And then I'm going to get 1 basic unit on each of my havens, but not the hidden village. It can never accept a unit. And then everyone else can get a basic unit on, I think, that any haven or any explored empty hex. So, since I have the most expensive basic units in the game, I think I'll get as many of those as I can. I'll put a little son of the bow up here.
And the
Put
basic
another.
unit is what exactly?
If you look on your player board, you can see you have 2 basic units, a basic warrior, and a basic archer.
Oh, the names. Perfect.
And then you have 2 elite units. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a few little rules that pop up here and there that say kill an elite unit or, things like that. But basically, cheaper is basicer.
Yep, makes sense. Thank
Pavel,
you.
it's your turn.
What did you do? Oh, sorry, I missed that. Paolo.
I was just talking to my wife, that's why my mic was off. But I just bought the Petiti for 2 salt.
Nice.
And then that was my turn. And we got the Deepling Glowshroom that I mentioned before. This one would let you gain an extra feat during build, or if you had a really strong discard feat, you could just do it twice.
Cool. Okay, I got 3 actions left.
One of my favorite items, but it just shows up so rarely that it's difficult to get.
I'm a little lost on
I agree.
what to do here. Maybe just go exploring?
Yeah, or can you build another haven in your backyard?
Yeah, there's another haven you could build down here.
I need one more.
You could even make another attack.
Yeah, I don't have another.
You need another plunder?
Yeah, I need plunder.
We could get you a plunder, I'm sure.
How do you... Let's see. I don't know how to get plunder.
Yeah, these player boards don't show. There's a little line at the bottom usually. You can always trade 3 of the same resource for another resource. So 3 food to 1 salt. But I don't think you have even that. So
I don't.
You could... Yeah, it might be hard for you. Yeah, we're going to get plunder.
There's one little thing left over here that could get you plunder. Or we could trade for it. But that would mean we need to be on the same hex. But I mean, Syndra's about to go onto the capital, so... Maybe move. Yeah, it seems a bit difficult to pull off.
Should I just do a quest then at this point, probably?
The Druidic Prophetess is a pretty good quest to have.
Take this when a horde...
That is a pretty good quest to have, yeah.
Okay, let's try it.
Although we don't have any hordes, so...
But they will come up, and they will activate.
Yeah. And you might get more basic units out, which is also nice.
Okay, let's try it. Questing, here we go. I need a little bit of everything. Okay. So I'll roll the white. I'll do 2 reds, a purple, a blue, and a white. Okay, where's the dice rollers? Here it is. 2 red, purple, blue, and a white. So it happens. 4 skulls only. That's probably enough to do something.
Not in this case. It needs 2+, but Cornelius might help you out.
Oh, I will turn on the runestones and give you another symbol. What do we want you to have? It doesn't really matter, does it? I'll get you a shield.
Okay, thank you. So take this card. So I take it into my hand, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
And I do get to put a basic unit on my havens. Cool. Okay, let's do that real quick. Drop you right here. Okay.
And these big cards don't count against your hand limit, so you can have as many as you want.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent.
And if it's shrinking your card, you might just put it out here. hovers over your player board. That way you can keep an eye on it.
Okay, I'm good. Let me
Pass me the turn.
There you go.
Just make sure you actually remember it when it comes up, because it's easy to forget.
Yeah, I can see that happening. Oh man, here we go. Big old
All right,
complex.
I'm gonna just bring everyone in there because this seems like a fun idea. Normally I'm a little bit more conservative, but I'm committed to violence. All right,
It's all
I'll
Greg's
command
fault.
with all the boys. Yeah, Greg, you said to attack the Capitol. Okay, so there's my guys. There's my command. And yeah, I'll trade to get assault and activate my Blackfire. So now I've got 3 white, 2 from my Sword Sisters, 1 from the Blackfire, and 1 purple from my Rangers. So, and I'm going against a level 3 Spy Master. So he's got 2 white dice, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Got nerfed a bit already. Oof.
Oh no, my useless shield.
Wah, wah.
Okay, he has a useless shield too. Oh, he has a useful shield, I should say.
Great.
And that's that, yeah.
Greg says.
Then we're on to Clash.
He says, "I'm so giddy right now,
And what
watching
have
you
we got?
all throw yourself at the Capitol." Yes.
Purple, red, white.
Oh, that's not so bad. Maybe I should be
Not at all.
rolling. My rolls aren't very good today. But apparently yours aren't either, so...
My rolls are not very good either, are they? So I'm going to take damage, and I guess I'll just crack that shield, right? Because I can't use a
Take him down by 2.
shield of my own. Yeah, so Steve, you can always use a bolt if you don't want to activate a druid to crack open a shield.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah. And I'm going to lose this Beastmaster, even though he's a pretty cool guy.
It's down to 1. At least I didn't roll a
Down to
bolt. You
1.
don't have to lose any feats.
Nice roll.
Oh man, what a jerk he is.
He is a total jerk.
kinda-
But at least,
kinda
again, no
punking me.
bolts. So he is down and out.
Okay. And I'm taking 2
Yeah.
damage. Boy, I don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
You gain 4 victory points, and we unflip the demon, which then gets discarded immediately, and we refill the market with the Urn of Malice. Ooh, that's a good one.
Is it? I'm not sure I like it. It's at least the Droon don't like it. They die too fast.
That's quite nice with
okay.
the hit and run. If you get to like send in one guy, you just activate it.
That's true. Speaking of the hit and run, I have that. I'm gonna trade again. To activate
It also
my...
is now active, the hit and run.
Don't you have to keep
Is indeed
attacking
active.
because there's an enemy in your spot?
Oh yeah. I am still attacking. We're gonna move right into it. I've got 3 dice plus a blue on the hit and run against the assassin. So I'll be rolling 4 dice again. 1 for my Sword Sister, 1 for my feet, 1 for my item, and 1 for my ranger.
And she's at 5, so she gets blue.
Blue to white. Look at that
Ah,
roll.
that's like
Okay.
There you go.
There's a nice roll. Alrighty, so,
So
I'm
you
gonna
take
clank
no
her,
damage. Yeah.
and
That's much
I
better.
could do... See, if I do 3 to her, we'll be equal, and I won't get my blue die. So I'm just going to do 2 to her. And I'm going to pull out one of my deads. How much food do I have? I'm pretty much out of resources, huh? Guess I'll pull out this big cat creature and put him back on torment. Okay, so she takes 2. And now I've got a white, a purple, and a blue. Can't use the Blackfire anymore, sadly. And, yeah. Oosh.
Wah, wah.
That's not the direction I want things to go in. Alright, there's a dead. Yeah, I'll just be rolling a purple and a blue now.
That
Okay, there's nothing I can do to stop myself from dying there. Oh well.
That's still
least the
pretty good.
assassin's
I
been
mean,
Whittled
down
down
to
to 2.
That's should really just be a walk in the park for me now.
All right. Yeah, so that's another one of the cooperative things we can do is sacrifice our units for other people. I'm all out of action points.
I will flip my
That's your turn.
Petiti to jump over here, and then I have already traded 6 food for 2 plunder to put down another haven.
Nice. I have 2 action points left. What I could do though, can't I? Cause I got food still. Shouldn't I just go and try to take out the assassin? Because what happens when there's nothing there again? Remind me.
If there's nothing there, but there are non-imperial units there, we will keep drawing legions until there's no more non-imperial units in the capital left.
Okay, so
Pavel, you didn't give me 4 VP, right? I'm going to give those to myself for the Spy Master.
I did not give you anything.
Nice. So it probably makes sense not to do that because we don't want another legion popping up right now, right?
I mean, you could if you wanted to, but then they just keep sending more legions out, and probably you don't want that to happen at this point.
Yeah, that's what I'm leaning toward as well.
Because they do still move out, right? So they do get a target and then will move out to somebody, and if you have no more units to defend, they will just take stuff. Although they won't have an activation token at that point, so they will still just sit on the capital.
Okay, fair enough. So then what I will do is I think just move my guys around a bit.
But I mean, yeah, if you wanted to attack the assassin, nobody will stop you. Definitely not.
Yeah, I just don't think it makes sense to have if it was like early in the round with more actions, I would definitely do it. But I don't think it's now. Let me move yonder because I think I need to defend this other haven, correct? Or I need to have something going on.
You don't have to defend anything right now.
Oh, I don't?
The Spy Master is dead, so he won't move out to you.
Okay.
I mean, the most dangerous thing at this point is probably the skeletons activating and then attacking your home hex. That's probably the most dangerous thing at this point.
Okay. So maybe move these guys. Yeah, I'll do command. I'll move these units yonder. Try to get them in position so I can go take out some skeletons in the future here. I might as well send my hero with them. Okay, that was my command, and that's it for me.
I am out of AP still, so I'm going to pass it on to Pavel.
I still have some stuff left. I'm gonna mark it for the glow shroom. Oh, and the Nerecy Compass is also here. I'm basically the only one left with any AP right now. Oh, no.
I have one more left.
Steve has still 1 left, so gonna grab that glow shroom. It's very strong.
Wow, that nether Russian compass is pretty cool. I like that one. Maybe I'll buy that one.
Nerecy Compass. Yeah, that's a sea tower in a bag.
I like that. So let me do that one. So mark.
Do you have any magic?
Yeah, I got one.
You do have a magic. Look at that.
Plenty of magic. Yeah.
So I'll buy that one. Boom. And after you did subtract my.
Oh, the blood dagger.
Good.
Also not bad.
Okay. That's it. I'm out. Next turn.
I'm out too.
All right.
I think it's just you, Pavel.
It's just me. I will command. Jump, and it's probably okay. Okay, that's probably fine. Then I will mark it for the urn. Don't mind having the urn. And then I will use my last quest or my last AP to roll the quest. The only one that's left.
For spirit, nice.
I still don't have my Elder feed, unfortunately. 2 bolts, that's enough. And then I will Pay 5 food. Gain 1. And get rid of this one. And then we're all out. Nemesis.
We didn't talk about what the curses do. Want to talk about it real quick?
The curses basically they give victory points for chaos. So each
Right.
curse out on the map gives 1 victory point to the chaos in the scoring phase. But also if they sit on a hex. So no, let's start with this. If they move onto a hex, then whatever is on that hex is destroyed, unless it's if it's a garrison or a haven. So any building types are just being destroyed immediately. And as long as it sits on the hex, you can't build new havens on it, but you can move on it. So it counts as an explored hex in that case. But I mean, they don't necessarily do anything by themselves. They're just a marker for chaos as victory points.
Okay.
All right.
They do give a lot of victory points, so you
They
just
do give a lot of
stole
victory
3 victory points from chaos.
Exactly. So it's very important to not let chaos activate too much. And if you can remove the curses again, then it's probably wise to do it at least a little bit, even though it's usually very expensive. So now we have the assassin who activates. When she activates, she leaves a garrison behind, unfortunately. And then she wants to go with the fastest way she can to her target. And since that's through my haven, she will just go in here and attack me immediately. So I have 1 white die from my tower. She has 2 white dice from her ability. I'm just gonna do a quick roll here. Nothing. And then Steve, why don't you play her at level 2? And I'm gonna roll off my dice. So that's 4 blue,
Red, and a white.
a black, and a white.
One hit, 1 shield.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. I deal 3 to her. She only has 1 shield, so that's enough to take her out.
Yes.
You'll see that Pavel had a lot of extra dice because he had a wall and a tower, so that's an extra white and an extra blue for him.
That makes sense.
All right, Nemesis phase is over. We go into production. See all the resources flying in. Oof, the lag.
Yeah. So many resources.
There we go.
Cool.
Yeah, that feels
And
good.
then we go into scoring. Since we already learned how scoring works, we can just look at our tracker and then move ourselves up by that much. I get 9 points.
Chaos is saying it's getting
9.
5. Because it's got, 2 factions. It goes up to 17 here. Boop. The Empire says it's getting 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, 4 garrisons, 2 factions. So they go up to 12. Chaos was already scored.
Yeah, I'm just
Syndra
holding it
is
up
gonna
for you
get-
guys.
Yeah. It's going to get 8, 9, right?
Yeah, you have to
Yeah,
add
so
2
she
from
goes
your hidden
to
village.
26. Doop. Alright, and Ranya's getting 10, it says. I'll just score you up there. Takes you up to 27.
So yeah, we're definitely crushing them. We got this under control.
Yep. Always attack the capital, right?
That's right.
Can we skip the omens phase again and do the refresh phase over here?
Mm-hmm.
So you can see we got nice little things showing up telling you if you have to do something. So in this case, we got the corrupted druid in the refresh phase.
Alright, I'm the first player now, right? So I get to make all those fancy decisions. Activation token on the horde deck. I think it's probably already on there. Thank you, magic computer stuff. And then 1 curse on any empty hex. I mean, I guess I'll put it next to me. Doink. Right over there.
Might as
Okay.
well.
Might as well. So that's the immediate effect from the quest and whatnot. And I think we're done with refresh. Is that? Oh, I have to flip a druid. I'll of course flip this guy right here. It's the Mountain Heart.
Ooh, the
Everyone's
best
favorite druid,
one.
it turns out.
Yes.
Everyone loves that guy. I love him too, actually. Yeah, he does a
I mean, the
sweet
right
shield.
hand
Makes
is probably even more fun, but the Mountain Heart is definitely the most dependable.
That's cool. I like it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, refresh is done. Pavel, you want to move us to events?
Yep.
Guidance from the Druids. Hundreds of refugees follow the Druids through the wilderness before your gates. For food and protection, they offer themselves to help in defending your havens. Choose a hero to roll your hero dice. If they roll 6 symbols, every player draws 1 feat. Pavel, is Yanni still confident in her ability to ranger?
No.
No.
No? Those magic stuffs. No, I still pick you anyway.
Okay.
Roll better.
I will.
So many dice.
Gotta be able to get 6 on this.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, we did it.
Okay, just barely did. All right, everyone gets a feat.
Yeah,
That's
7.
a wonderful
It's 7.
bonus. Well, I got the Sword Sisters. That's some salt for me.
Slavers.
I got the younglings.
Okay. Yet the Druids bring unsettling teachings from the old gods, calling into question whether they are allies or enemies. I mean, yes. Place 1 legion at threat 6 on the capital. Who's it going to be? Ooh, the courtesan. Her playing of the great harp inspired love as well as madness. So she's going to place her target, and whoever gets the target will lose an action point. And she always targets Syndra. I think they have an unspoken thing. Yeah, I guess I'll send it over to here, since that's equally undefended. At least I'll know where it's heading. Yeah, and I'm going to lose an action point for the rest of the game. Adios, action point. I guess I'll put it on the move action. Boop. And goodbye. And then place 2 hordes at threat 6 on any empty hexes in the same region. A little less if it's a 2-player game. Alright, so let's see who it's going to be. Watch Chaos come roaring back right now, because they're also going to produce a 3rd horde with that skeleton stuff. So.
Oh, Oda coming in hot.
Coming in hot. Alright, it's Oda the Fallen. He's got the highest initiative, as I recall, because he's so angry.
Wow, 30.
Oda was once the Empire's biggest hope. Now he is its biggest threat. Oda gains 2 threat, and every other Horde and Legion gains 1 threat. So
already gave it to the
Courtesan already went up to 7, and he goes up to 7 and tries to reach 8, which he can't. So that generates a VP right away for Chaos. Okay, and he will be joined by Lich Queen. She's almost as pretty as the Courtesan, if you're into that. Oh, and I have to actually place Oda. Where do we want to place him? I guess let's put him down here by us. Oh, I don't know, or maybe over behind these guys? I don't know.
Sure, yeah. Why not?
Yeah, put him down over here. Come on, Oda. And the Lich Queen's immediate effect is Demonic Stench. We're big fans of the stench, and she's got one. So she places a curse with right away. And then, for the extra bonus thing, place 1 skeleton, a skeleton adjacent to a haven, on a hex with a curse if possible. And then activate all skeletons. So we're going to get a little bit hammered here.
Oh, wow.
It's got to be this one.
I think it's got to be that one, yeah, because this one, at least the Horde won't be able to get anywhere. But don't you want these skeletons to activate somewhere else? They'll be activating away.
Actually, this one also might be possible, but that's bad, because then I lose 2 havens.
Yeah?
I hate Oda.
Well, that's it's yeah. On a hex with a curse if possible. So, yeah, I don't know. Where do we... I put it here, but then these guys are all gonna march in. It's gonna be ugly. I do at least have 1 guy. Who can defend themselves the best? Decisions.
I mean, I think the Horde
I guess
probably is gonna go here,
All right.
right?
I agree. Let's just put a Horde into play. So, bloop. bloop, those disappear. And it's going to be the bloodworm. Cursing his way into your hearts. And now he's also, what does it say about the bloodworm?
Oh my god,
Like a
dice.
dark maelstrom,
Jeez.
the worm devoured the souls of the living. And with his shattering roar, he's going to place 1 curse on any hex with no X. So, yeah, where do we want to put that one? You could eat some more Empire, but the Empire is really no threat to us, is it? I might put it back here behind me.
Sure.
Just to, just to like have a thing. Okay, because we don't want to give Chaos any more victory points if we can.
I mean,
help
we
it.
also have the Druid sacrifice, so we could just remove it again.
True.
True enough. Okay, and then the last part of the event, these so-called druids who are giving so-called guidance, is activate all skeletons, one of the most feared mechanics in the game. So when we start activating this many skeletons, we're just going to go hex by hex. And in many cases, it'll be pretty simple. Steve, let's start with the skeletons next to you.
Mm-hmm.
They activate just like a horde.
Mm-hmm.
They look for a haven and they find it.
Mm-hmm.
They march onto it and do combat with the poor villagers.
Wow.
Yep, and then everything there
There's
gets
no one there
destroyed.
to defend it.
Even with the tower there,
I just
doesn't
put
do anything?
Rania in the wrong bag. Where'd she go? Oop.
So the towers don't do anything without a unit there. The towers and walls only support units.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
I mean, if you run into an empty
here.
castle, no one to defend it, then yeah.
Greg had a question here. He said if you add and make a horde, it won't activate, right? Not sure what he's getting at, but
That's correct. I mean, the activation tokens are only given out during the events phase.
Mm-hmm.
So if you make a horde later in the actions phase, they don't have an automatic activation token.
Gotcha.
Unless there is a hex or some effect that would give him one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm into combat here, and I'm gonna fire my little archer guy. Shoot.
Ooh. Come
I
on,
can do better
you can do
than
it.
usual.
Ah, no,
I
you
cannot.
don't.
I'm in wood, so I'll reroll that.
Okay. Ah, still no.
Okay.
All right.
That's
2 skeletons.
not great odds.
I don't know if it's my internet or Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Oh, gosh.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So they just stay. There's just 2 skeletons there.
I get
Just
2
2
victory
victory
points.
Oh man,
That's
luckily
not
you
bad.
managed to kill both of them. Ooh, that would have been really
Yeah,
bad.
it would have been yet another horde. I'm glad it wasn't the Lich Queen coming out. All right, moving around the clock. Oda sits there. Lich Queen sits there. These 2 skeletons come take a nibble on your haven, Yanni.
Mhm. Not much I can do.
Nope.
Wow.
Nope. All right, so Chaos has reset the map for us. Thanks. We all lost our home hexes, right? This is why we leave guys behind. Not that it did anyone any good.
I just lost too many against those stupid skeletons. Otherwise, I would have done it. But
Yeah. Okay, so the events phase is over. These guys are all going to grab a few more activation tokens. And we're into the build phase. Am I near my card limit? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to have 8 cards in just a second.
I'm gonna discard the Deep Link Glow Shroom to keep both of those feats.
Clever, clever. 2 Atan allies. Yeah, I'll keep the assassins. Alright, and now I have skeleton problems, right? Okay, so I'll put our rangers into play. Gadoop. I will... If I put a Beastmaster into play, I won't be able to move, and I have to do a little bit of moving. So I'll put a... Decisions. I wouldn't mind getting extra havens out there, but I still need those. I better put those Sword Sisters out there since I got the feet. Alright. Hopefully this is enough for me to recapture my glory. Yeah. Are we all done on build?
Yes.
I think so. Actually, I'll do one more. Build this one. There it is.
You might have a few extra guys on the same hex there. You can only have 5 per hex.
Oh, just kidding. That was a test to make sure you were paying attention.
Okay, I was paying attention. Did I win? Do I get a prize?
You won. You get a prize. Let me move those guys over there. Those 3.
That's,
I think I have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's right. No, I missed one. So I built purple guy as well. He'd be over here. I think that's right. Okay, I might have messed it up. My fault. Thanks, Greg, for that reminder too. So, all right.
Most welcome. So if we're done with build, you want to advance this to actions, Pavel?
Yes.
Okay, I've got 3 Sword Sisters in play, so I'm going to flip my Sword Sisters' feet and get 3 salt. Glug, glug, glug. I can't get the Bow of the Iceborne, no matter how much I want it. Uh-huh. So I guess... Huh. I'm going to teleport over to this tower right here. Zoop. Hey, everybody. Visiting witch, don't mind me. And then I'm just going to get that healing potion, because I don't want to not have the healing potion. Your turn.
That makes sense.
And I think I have 10 cards now. No, 9 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I could really go for some resources at this point. There's no plunder very close by. Does anyone mind if I grab this plunder over here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Wait, is that even worth it? Probably it makes more sense to just go to the sea tower. Yeah. Let's flip a sea tower. That's always a good idea, right? I'm gonna
never goes wrong.
jump
That's
onto
Greg.
the TD and explore the sea tower over here. Oh, that's actually kind of bad because I wanted the bloodworm to go in there, but then I can't have any of my units go in there. So probably need to put it like this. Remove any skeletons. Place 3 garrisons here. Oh, that's okay. Really, the sea towers in the normal game aren't too bad usually.
Yeah, the maximum concentration of red skulls is on the sea towers. Steve, there's as you want to make the game harder, we just add in harder hexes and events and
Quests
things like that.
And Nemesis.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all have a little.
Some of them are
red
nice.
skull
We
on
have,
them.
yeah, there's some better items, there's some better quests, but there's some much harder hexes, and they tend to live in the sea towers most of all places.
Makes sense. All right, let me do a command. I'm going to move. Oh, beat up these skeletons.
And some of the red skulls are just red skulls because they are a bit more complicated to understand. So we don't want to just throw these complicated things at new players immediately. We want to get them comfortable with the game before they use these complicated mechanics.
Sure, makes sense. All right, let's move. Let's go take out these guys. I'm going to reclaim that area. What's happening? 3. Yeah, let's do that. Let's move everyone there. Might as well. All right, so let's move in there. Immediately do combat. I've got 3 hunters there, and I'm gonna get a blue die for that. So let's see what happens. So I roll 3 whites and a blue against the skeletons.
They have no archery. Greg thinks we should turn the game up to apocalypse mode. Should we just shuffle in some red skull quest and hexes?
Only 1. Oh wait, I can reroll. Do I want to reroll? It's only those skeletons, but I would lose units.
There's no penalty for you to reroll. You can only reroll 2 dice, so you have 2 blanks there. You can reroll those.
Hey, you're on the woods. You get the woods reroll.
Oh wait, is it woods?
The home X is the woods.
Oh, nice, sweet. Okay, I was thinking I had to flip my card for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's definitely do the reroll. Okay, so I want these 2 to reroll. Actually, no, this one too. Might as well. I'll take
You can only do 2 dice on a woods.
Oh, just kidding.
Yeah. I mean, the blue one has a slightly higher chance of hitting
There we
the
go.
skull. There you go.
Boom.
There we go.
Okay.
Get rid of them.
And then I'm going to flip my wiles to lay down my haven back. Reclaim.
Very good. Reclaim your land.
What just happened?
Don't forget to get yourself those 2 victory points for those 2 skeletons.
Oh yeah, let's get some victory points too. Got that there. And where are my victory points? Here I am. So, boom, boom. Okay. Oh yeah, those Imperial... No, those are Chaos units. So I don't get the Spoils of War. Yes, okay.
Yeah, the Spoils of War is fun because it changes your playstyle, right? Because all of a sudden the Chaos units aren't as interesting anymore. You just want to focus on Imperial units. But you can't always get what you want. Sometimes you need to take care of Chaos units too.
For sure. Yeah, I'm good.
I'm gonna be super sneaky, and I'll command a single unit onto this curse, and I'm gonna line up for a druid sacrifice. And then once that curse is gone, the hex will no longer be empty. It's a way you can very, very sneakily break the game. Just pretend I didn't do it.
What do we do? Do we have a... Oh, yeah, we do. Okay. All right. I am going to command these guys onto here. And then we have a fight. So I'm going to roll 3 white in archery, and they are also going to roll 3 white in archery. I'm just going to do that real quick myself. I'm on this Empire side, they're on the Chaos side. Ooh!
Number good stuff.
Luckily
Crunch,
I have
crunch.
my traps, so I get to just ignore 1 gull, which means that's a clank. Ooh, lucky me. And then we go into Clash. And then could somebody roll the Clash for level 3 garrison?
With great pleasure.
Not a good roll, but...
Oh no!
Ouch.
Okay, they take a damage.
And they take out most of my guys. That's terrible.
Level 3 garrisons are no fun.
Alright, Urn of Malice. Your turn.
Oh, they also get a black die, you say, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. I'll put that out there and re-roll this wad. Huh. What do they do with the bolt? Nothing, I guess.
Crack a shield.
Crack a shield, but there's no shield, so...
That's all of my units gone, but they're down, so, I mean...
Mutually assured destruction is destructed.
That wasn't very good for me. My rolls have been just the worst.
Don't forget your 3 VP.
Greg's giving me a hard time. I don't think I will ever use the word lucky and powwow in the same sentence.
That's the good thing about this game, though. Like, your rolls don't matter that much.
Yeah.
On average, it's more your decisions that you're making. Sure, if you get like 3 really bad rolls in a row, then yeah, that's gonna affect your game for sure.
Yeah, makes sense.
But usually your decisions is what makes or breaks the game.
Sometimes the rules.
Yeah,
sometimes the rolls. Yeah, if you attack a level 3 garrison with 5 dice in archery and they just roll like 3 skulls and 3 shields, then yeah, I mean, nothing you can do about it. But it's also not very common.
So if I want to build another I was calling them guilds. No, havens.
Haven.
Haven, yeah. I have to move my hero there or someone there, correct?
Yeah, she's the only one who can take any of those actions.
Okay, so I need to move her there first. So let's do that.
She has to go rally the locals and, draw up plans and
Move and build a
give beer to
haven.
people.
Baron script. Okay, it's okay. I'll do manually. Drop a haven right there. There you go. Got all my havens on the board. Okay, and I'm good.
It's an excellent way to win the game. Okay, I'll roll the Corrupted Druid quest. Since I think I have a pretty good chance of getting all the bolts I need. Come with me, little questy quest. Alrighty. I've got 3 purple plus 1 purple for B in there, so I'll roll 4 purple. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll roll a white die. With my guile.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Okay, I'll buy myself a little
Bolt.
You already got
One
one of them.
bolt
You
right
need
there,
more
I
than
guess.
one, don't you?
But I want to get rid of that curse too.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, and so that's pretty cheap. We have a lot of ways to remove curses, but I think that one's pretty good. So that goes away. I can deactivate one of these hordes, and I think we all agree it should be Oda, right? Because he's got 2 on him.
Mm-hmm.
So, boop.
Also, he is the most horrible of them.
And he is the most horrible, and I don't want to fight him. And I get a victory point, and I can draw a new quest. Pavel, whatever you say about drawing a new quest, you know what I'm going to do, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good idea.
All right, I'm drawing new quests.
Oh, that's great.
Ooh,
It's
that's
the
a great
exact
quest.
one I need now. So, I hope you guys don't mind if I just roll this.
Go ahead.
That's exactly what I needed right now. I was just hoping for some good resources coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I get an extra black because I'm on the sea tower. Also, apparently I need that extra black because my rolls, again, not great.
4.
So 4, and then do I get the other things? I gain 1 item for the market you could use, and I gain one victory point. Okay. So 4 is gonna be 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And then I am going to get the Druid's Ale. And then with my Astute, I'm also going to get the Wall of Shadows, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And we can discard any items from the market. Should we discard anything?
What is this symbol, the crown? Oh, it's leadership. Just kidding. Okay.
Anyone interested in the Iceborne Bow, or can I just get rid of it?
I can't take it. Just fiddling around with my resources.
You can get rid of it. That's too expensive.
Okay.
I won't be able to do much with the
Ooh, the
survivors
Twilight
either,
Bow.
unfortunately. Ooh, the Twilight Bow.
Yeah. I think I'm also going to get rid of the survivors. So we got the rune strings and the Twilight Bow now. And then we're going to discard this. I'm going to leave the Horn of Brotherhood because it's so interesting.
Yeah, another one of our
That
wonderful
was
crowd
nice.
designs, just like the Netherwood.
Yes.
Which
So,
one was the crowd?
was-
Really good. We
was
had
a
a really
challenge.
good campaign.
Very challenging to make that one.
Steve, we had a really fun campaign when we were on Kickstarter,
Mhm.
and we asked our fans to help write some fiction with us, and we got a lot of really good background stuff that people contributed, and then people were also able to vote on what they really wanted to see in the game. So we put a bunch of items and quests and hexes and events into the game based on people's suggestions.
Cool.
And they all came out really well.
Awesome. Okay. One question I had is we have this courtesan, and she's heading to
Kill.
yonder hex. She's got a couple paths to move through. Which path does she pick, or do we choose for her?
She chooses the weakest path.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm thinking I need to move units in here to help with that.
Or maybe you should just attack her directly.
I can't get to her though.
You can.
I can? How?
You have a sea tower?
Oh, the sea tower is connected to
Everything.
everything. Okay. So I can move these units into that hex right away.
Mhm.
Gotcha. Yeah, let's do that.
I think you might have a few extra action points here, though, right?
Yeah, I do.
Like you moved and you havened, right?
I moved.
Oh, but he haven't using the wilds.
Correct. But I did just build a haven. Oh, you know what?
Yeah,
I did miss one because there was a glitch. I saw there was a glitch in the script, so it didn't drop one. It's still not dropping one for me. Oh, how can
Yeah, I don't know.
you
For
think
some
they're all
reason, after some time, it just doesn't do it anymore. I have no idea why. I've been looking into this script, but after like 2 hours, the script just stopped working. I have no clue. It makes no sense to me.
But you can just use your move action to put the little discs out. Does it not work at all?
And then move it over.
It's not,
No, it's just the haven doesn't work anymore.
Okay, there.
Yeah.
That's from last turn.
I honestly, I mean, it's not supposed to work right now because there's no havens here, so that's correct. But, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so then Greg says I should probably want to include my hero if we go to invade the capital. That's a good point. So let's move the
TDS things.
Move the hero. Where's my hero? You can come here. And then is that an action, or I can still do something else? I think, right?
It's a move action.
Yes. So I have to spend. No, I have to do this. There we go. Okay. That's my move action, and then next turn I'll do the command to go fight. Okay. I think I'm good.
Then pass me the turn, yeah. Okay, I'll get sneaky now. I'm going to explore the hex that I'm on. And let's see what it says, because I have a unit there now, magically. Black ice. If empty, place one skeleton here. If not, reinforce here. So it's not empty, so we can't place a skeleton. And we can't reinforce, because we can't reinforce our own units. So it'll show up empty. Then place one skeleton with other skeletons, which is bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Pavel, I'm afraid it's got to be you.
Why? You son of a... How dare you? How dare you make me pay for your mistake?
Isn't that life? I feel like there's a lesson here for you, but not me. Okay.
Ah,
the
the worst
Banish.
one.
Banish?
He's so bad.
I hate him so much.
Alrighty, and here's another one of our lovely crowd designs. Primordial pleasures. His resentment of the old gods set him against their disciples. Okay, so which quest do we want to fail? Probably the Juaton allies?
I mean, I see only one marsh, and that's pretty well protected, so I don't think...
Yeah, so then I think I
any
have to
more
lose
marshes.
that VP, right? Since that was...
Yes.
That was my action. Okay, well, there, I paid for my mistake. And then reading down the rest of the hex, place one activation token on a Legion or Horde card with the least tokens. That's Oda. He's down to 0. Actually, no, I guess we could put it on the banished.
Could put it on the banished, but please don't.
But please don't put it on the banished, okay. Well, wait a sec. Weren't we teaching lessons? That's it for me. I do feel bad.
Haven.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's do the command. Boom. Let's move these dudes into the capital. We said, and also Greg pointed out the error why I had the script error. He just mentioned because I didn't move my hero into the hex before it shows a haven action. It complained. So that was my fault. But at least we know what happened.
No, there's definitely some weirdness going on that can just break things. I've looked into it for so many hours. I've given up. I guess people are kind of used to TTS not functioning perfectly, so I hope no one will complain about that a little bit.
It's an imperfect system, so it works. All right, so there's a level
I
1.
mean, they did add a lot of very nice functionality lately, but it's
true.
still a bit janky.
So we got a single hunter in there. Okay. I'm not getting my hunter bonus, which is okay. That's fine. It is what it is. All right, let's go against the level 1 garrison. So I roll 1 die.
Rolling it. Hey. Okay, clank.
Okay, then we do the clash, which is gonna be a white, a purple, a yellow, and no white, yellow, 2 purples, and a red. White, yellow, 2 purples, and a red. Okay, looks like it blocks 1. Oh, I can break it actually.
But you don't need to, because there's only 1 level there. You might want to use that bolt for something else.
That's true, so I can gain like a point.
Get another victory point, yeah.
Let's do
no
that.
resources on that capital. No one
Victory
did
point,
for
take
you.
out the garrison.
Okay, and that's another victory point.
Alright, so 2 victory points. Do I need to move myself? Where am I? Right here. 2 points. 1, 2. Okay, let's take out this courtesan.
Courtesan. Alright, she has got a
She's strong.
funky little special ability there.
Archery and clash. Courtesan copies the unit, wall, and tower dice, but not items or feats of her enemy. Interesting. So she's gonna roll a white.
So you just tell me what you're rolling.
I'm rolling white right now, so okay.
Alright.
Wow.
Clank.
Okay. And
she always feels weird fighting against. It's always like
it's always hard to fight. I don't know what the right thing to do is.
yeah, do I have a feat I can use here? Maybe I should use a feat if I can. Yeah, I can use clash. So that will give me a dice that she won't get, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's do that. Okay, I'm gonna roll. Let's see, a yellow, 2 reds, and 2 purples. And you would normally do a white, 2 purples, a red, and a yellow. So hold on, let me think about this. A red, 2 reds, 2 purples, and yellow. Okay. Okay, see what that is.
Ooh, look at all those bolts. Look at all those bolts. Okay.
Lots of bolts. I have 0 defense.
A lot of crush.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my goodness. You can use
her bolt power activates and puts a little token on the banished for Pavel. That'll make him happy.
yes, very happy.
And then I've got these 3 bolts, so I can use one of them to gain a VP. I'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll use another one to block the damage from our favorite archer people. What are they called, right? What are the druid up here called?
Mountain Heart.
Yeah, Mountain Heart. Let's do that. Oh no, I'll
delete that one.
Die. Your enemy rolled. Sweet.
Yep.
Okay, I'll block.
Deleted it.
And I got 1 more left over for what's the one down here do? The damage. Place a unit back. Basic unit back. Okay, we'll do that after combat. Alright, so then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage coming at her, and I'm taking 4.
Taking 4, and she's taking 4.
1. Is that all my units? Almost all my units.
Yep. She's horrible.
So
and you can never prepare against her. It's always just rolling the same dice as you. But at least you can avoid having her bolt power go off if you attack with only units that don't have bolts.
That's true.
But that's of course also not that easy. It's also difficult to do that.
Let me grab these 3 guys. Whoops. Okay, I mean grab that guy. Grab the other purple guy. I'll leave the red guy behind. Okay, so then we'll do Final combat.
Real quick, did you want to use that bolt for the deep dweller?
Oh yeah, I did. Thank you. Place one of your units from any graveyard in any export text without enemy units. Okay, cool. Let's do that. Let me grab my berserker back and drop them.
You might want to
right
put them on
here.
the Nether Sea, the
Yeah.
Netherwood right there, where you can do some fighting.
Let's do that.
Do that.
Okay, let me roll the last combat dice. It's a single red die. Let's see what happens.
She will also roll a single red die.
Nothing. Oh, he's dead. Okay. Yeah, he knocked it down a few pegs. That's okay.
Yeah, that's pretty good. We should be able to beat her on her way over wherever she's going.
Okay.
By the way, I think you forgot to use your slavers when you defeated that garrison. You could have added a basic unit to somebody's haven.
Oh, you want to do that real quick, or?
Yeah, I think you can go ahead and do it if you forgot to do it.
Okay. Who needs it? Paolo,
I mean,
you
I
don't
have
need
no
it.
more basic
You might-
units left.
Oh, you have no
No.
basic units.
You might need it more than anyone.
Okay. I'll take Soul Sword then. Drop them here. Sure, it's coming this way. Okay. That's it for me.
Okay, I'll command my guys after these skeletons since, I saved myself from a horde.
I was just gonna shoot it with the Twilight Bow.
Oh, these guys?
Mm-hmm. But you're also free to take it, and I can do something else.
Yeah, I think it's probably. I mean, unless you really want to shoot them, I'll just go get them.
No, but I
Rid of
could
them.
have done it. No, I had enough free action points to do it.
Once you get that Horn of Brotherhood, and then maybe we can get a really big fight going.
A fun, big capital battle.
Exactly. All right, so I'll command, and I'll throw in a salt to give myself some black fire. So I've got a purple and a white on these two skeletons. Purple and white.
Two hits.
And that'll be it for the skeletons.
Boom, boom.
So we didn't need that. I mean, the rune strings would be so nice if I could get it. If I had one more might. But I didn't get the might. Too bad. It would have been really useful right now. Can I squeeze out a unit somewhere? Not really, huh? That's kind of bad, but I do need to get rid of the banished, so... Well, let's see what happens. If my rolls so far are any indication as to what's going to happen now, then... Oof. Ugh. Very laggy. Right. I'm attacking him because even though I have defenses here, he would just go here or here if he activated.
Sure.
So I can't just let him sit there, unfortunately. So we are in a highland, so that means he gets to only roll one die. I have no archery, but...
Steve, you want to play the bad guy? Okay. Let's see, Powell's already bad for all of us.
Luckily, I have the trap, so I can just ignore that one. I take no damage, and then we go straight into clash. If you would roll that one.
This is the banished, huh? Level
Black.
5. Good grief. Purple, red, and 3 whites.
And it's got some rerolls too.
Oof.
What happened to your legendary rolling? Okay, that's really horrible.
Not-
the banished is going to reroll
not
this
really
white die
legendary.
until he can get something on it, because there's 3 revealed druids, so he'll reroll it up to 3 times.
Oh my goodness. First one. Shoot.
Need to go further.
Destroy the most expensive units. So that's my call off. Yeah, that's it.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Great.
That guy's
Yeah, I'm
nasty.
gonna lose basically my entire havens this chapter,
Oh.
except for maybe 1 or 2. There's not much I can do about this either. So I'm gonna flip my glory to lose a shield on one of my dice, which gets me a bolt, and then I'm gonna use the deep dweller to bring that Koloff right back afterwards. So for now, he's just gonna destroy me, and then the Koloff is gonna come back to here.
Oh man, he is never fun to go against.
Man, that's brutal.
Yeah, I could have rolled better, and he could have rolled worse, but yeah, that's the expected outcome against the banished, I'm afraid.
Now, I am kind of out of stuff, so what's this quest do?
Yeah, I definitely need some help now.
You mean
But
head over there?
I don't really know who would even be able to help.
Yeah, if Rania teleported her units back there, they'd be trapped behind a wall of your havens.
I mean, she does have the Nedacy compass.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, but you could only teleport in one direction.
Yeah, but she could teleport there using the C-turn and then back out using the Nedacy compass. I mean, now it's too late. Now the units are all out of position, but yeah.
Yeah, she could have done that. That's a good point. I have no resources anymore. So I'll just try to do the quest, I think. Let's try. What does this do? Let's see. I get 2 of them. Oh boy. Okay. Try to see if I can't get rid of the curse. So let me roll my 2 reds, a purple, a blue, and then maybe a white. Let's see that. 2 red, purple, blue, and then a white. See what I get. 5 hits, 2 shields.
Skillful.
Did I do it? I think I did it. Yeah, I did it. Sweet.
You did it.
Choose a hex with the curse. Remove that curse. Discard this quest. Cool. Let's get rid of curse. Let's get rid of.
In this case, it does matter which one you take because when they are already on a hex with a curse, they won't place a new curse. They will just get a victory point.
Okay. So let's just get rid of this one, I guess. It's by itself. Alright, that's it for me. I'm good. Next thing.
And give yourself a victory point.
Oh yeah, get that.
I will place a haven.
And this is gone.
Pavel, anything?
By the horn.
I don't have anything I can do. Maybe just move. Do a move?
Well, yeah, go to this hex where you're likely to get attacked.
Yeah, that's what I think I have to do. Alright, let's do a move, and I will end it there. Okay, and fall over apparently.
Why isn't she more likely to go to your haven?
Not after I move. I'll command.
This is what happens when you play with Cornelius. He's just gonna sneakily spawn a horde at your place, and then he's building himself back up.
What are you talking about? That was not sneaky. Nothing sneaky about that. So it's not a bug, it's a feature, Pavel.
It's a feature.
Yeah,
wrong
don't
button.
really have anything to do. I have nothing to do. I guess I'll just go back and do like slowly trade my way back up.
I think I'm out of actions. I am. So I'll pass.
Pavel, do you have that Horn of Brotherhood?
I do.
Yeah, I mean, I could potentially use some of my items over there if I have some of my units. So I'll teleport over to the Netherwood. and maybe we can crush this courtesan. I'm all out of AP after that.
Greg has a question. So couldn't Steve have used his compass to get his other units into the Netherwoods?
Yep.
Where's the Netherwoods?
Yeah, if you commanded.
I don't have a command though. That's the problem. If I had resources, I could do it. But
Yeah, I think he just moved backwards. But yes, he could have. But yeah, he could have.
All right. I think we're all out of action points, so we're gonna go into the Nemesis phase.
okay.
First up is the Lich Queen, who will try to place a curse but can't. Then move up into my haven. Nom 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 nom.
Actually, when she
Next,
activates, you can place a basic unit on a haven with the Druidic Prophetess somewhere. So I'm not
That's
sure if you
correct.
want to
Oh,
strategize
yeah.
with that, but people can start spitting out guys.
I have no more basic units, so I'm completely out
I have
of
one.
that game.
I have one. Take this card when
Cornelius
more
has some more left.
Do you have one? Cornelius?
I do, yeah, but you're about to fight right now.
Okay, I'll take it then. Sure. I'm glad you remember because I totally forgot. It's like, oh yeah, there's that one card. Drop it right here. There we go.
Courtesan. Oh, Courtesan would have moved first. That's true.
Yeah, the courtesan would actually have moved first, so.
So
Yes,
you
I'm
would not
lower
have that
initiative.
unit.
Oh, okay.
I was just teasing you with that. We're so
Just
mean.
kidding.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
lol.
Yeah, Cornelius has more units, so she would move in here.
Okay. And then her level is what?
I think she's
She's at
quite
3
down,
right now.
right? Yeah. But she still rolls the exact same amount of dice that you do.
Oh, that's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
but if you want to throw that Horn of Brotherhood in, I could come in there and help defend.
The Horn of Brotherhood?
Yes, the Horn
you
of
have the
Brotherhood.
bauble?
Discard this. Every player may place their units from play into another player's combat. Destroy them after combat.
Oh.
So we could just help you out. There's still a maximum of only 5. Even though the Horn of Brotherhood doesn't technically say it, but you can't have more than 5. So I'm going to throw that in.
I'll jump in there with. I think I'll just send my 2 little basic guys in.
Yeah, I don't think I want to throw in my Koloff. That's just going to do more damage than good against the Courtesan.
Is the course going to roll for the towers as well?
Yes.
Wow, that's a lot. So what do we have here? I don't even know what I have. We've got yellow.
All right, so now we're entering archery,
Okay, archery.
and I'm there and I'm in the combat because I have units there, so I can spend assault to switch on my black fire. Is how I read that, which she doesn't get.
Mm.
So, Steve, you'll roll 1 die for your tower,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll roll 1 die for my black fire, and she'll roll 1 die to match your tower.
My tower is just white.
Just a white
Yeah.
die, yep.
So 2 whites and she gets 1 white.
Goes up. Exactly.
Okay, so
Pablo, you want to roll the courtesan?
Sure.
I'll roll 2 whites here. Nah.
Nothing.
But we're in a woods, so she'll re-roll that.
And you can also reroll yours.
Let's do it.
Probably want to
As
reroll
well.
both of them.
Get 2 skulls, we could do some damage.
1 skull.
No. Not enough.
Not enough.
Okay.
All right, and then what do we have? We have 3 yellow, a purple, a blue, and a white.
3 yellow,
A purple, a blue, and a
Purple.
white.
a blue, and a white. Okay, there's that one. Okay.
All right, so
All right.
Did 1 hit to her.
yeah, you hit her for 1, and she hits you for 1.
Yep.
I think I'm going to get a little... Oh, I can't. I don't have any salt left, do I? Darn, I was going to use the assassins, but It's not going to do me any good because I'm all out of salt. Gosh. Okay, I can't. I was going to fancily use the assassins to try and turn some of those dice, but I realized I blew my wad. It would have been so fun, though, to use the assassins on your guys.
Okay, I will get rid of this one.
Well,
So
get rid of
Cornelius
my guys
is going to
first,
lose
'cause-
his. Yeah, they're going to die
Yeah, they're
anyway.
going to die no matter what.
Oh, that's a good call. I forgot about that.
Yeah, the horn
Just delete-
demands it.
Or demands it.
We can delete one of each die now. I think one of
One
each,
yellow
Each
each?
side deletes one yellow. Yep.
Okay. You can just hit 0
Reroll.
on the dice to delete them. I'm just going to do that real quick. There you go. And then just reroll the entire thing. Oh no.
Oh no.
So she will use 1 bolt to crack your shield, and then 1 damage is coming through, but then you deal enough to take her out. However, she will put another activation token on
Oda,
someone.
maybe?
Probably Oda, right?
Yeah.
You put it on the Lich
Yeah.
Queen, she'll just charge into here, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. Probably Oda.
Yeah, I mean, Oda or the Lich Queen is both basically the same. But let's do it on Oda, I think.
Glory to Oda.
Okay.
Okay, so how much damage did she do to Steve's units there? I didn't see that.
1.
Okay, so this guy dies, the Sword Sister. You keep all your units, and she's dead. And what's she worth in victory points?
You roll your dice.
Yeah, roll your hero dice.
Oh. So I've got 2 reds, a purple, a blue, and we'll do yellow. So 2 red, purple, blue, and yellow. Three.
1, 2,
skulls.
3.
Okay.
That's could have been better, but it's okay.
One.
Well, I think the
Also
most I
gonna
got out of her was like 12 with the Zeoya Bard.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the
So I'll
Zeoya
discard
Bard
my
lets you
healing
discard
potion
himself to
back
double
the guy.
the VP from a Horde Legion you get, and I got like 6 skulls plus times 2. That was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so then the Bloodworm moves. I'm gonna make a move over here. Since there's already a curse there, they don't place another one, they just gain a VP. Then the Banished moves. Since there is units here and there's an empty haven here, he will just go here and snack on that haven.
What happened
Then
to all your
Oda moves.
havens?
There was some traitor on the table.
Let's move over to here, and then we can move over to here. All right, and then I can fight him.
All right. And
Right
that's
there.
the Nemesis phase. Less fighting than I thought would happen, but just man, I had 2 terrible combats, and that just kind of used up all of my units. So we go into production. Watch as these resources fly in. And then we go into scoring. Gonna score the Empire real quick. 22. Chaos is up to 33. And then I think 35. And Steve is at 48. And don't forget your Hidden Village.
I did it.
VP. So yeah, we're already still ahead without having to put any points in.
Yeah, and I think we'll probably
But just
stay ahead
barely.
if we kept the curses off.
Cool.
Just barely managed to hold on with our very good early game.
Yes. Yeah, because this is I've lost track. Is this chapter 3? Chapter 3.
This is
chapter
the end
3.
of chapter 3. Yeah.
Okay, we got one more chapter. Yeah, I think my computer is definitely struggling right now. So I think if it's okay with you guys, I've been playing for a while too. I want to kind of just end it here. I would love to keep playing, but I'm really struggling trying to move the camera around right now. So
It is, yes. It's also very late over here.
Oh yes,
To
yeah,
be
for
fair.
you guys. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'll just share my first impressions of this because it's my first time playing it. This game is pretty awesome. I liked it a lot. I
Thank you
like
so much.
I like the now when I think of 4X, I always think of like a Civ game where I'm like building buildings and text and stuff like that. Not exactly that, but it still has that. You're still like conquering areas and still creating units and having army battles stuff like that. A lot of moving pieces in this one for sure. A lot of moving pieces. It's a lot of fun to think about. I feel like yes, it's long, but I definitely see this one speeding up once you get familiar with it. It wouldn't take very long um, to think about what you're doing on your turn and kind of execute those quickly. Combat can take a while. I can definitely see that happening. But I do like how it works. It's pretty fast. You just grab your dice and roll them. And I know the problem with TTS is TTS makes everything longer. So that's the other thing
Yeah,
for sure.
and I already put in a lot of effort to make it as quick as possible, but it still slows it down a bit.
I will admit that this is one of the best mods I've come across. You've done a fantastic job with this. Like the automation's
Thank you.
great in this one. Really, really impressed. So yeah, this one I really like this one a lot, and I want to give you guys a chance because I know you guys were hinting at how you can potentially get this one in the near future. I don't know if you want to say much more about that.
Well, yeah, we were very pleased with how much people liked our game, and we would love to uh, make another offering to folks in the near future. We don't want to say when,
Mm-hmm.
because we still have to deal with like all the various financial issues of
That's true.
taxes, and not everyone's gotten their game yet and all that kind of stuff. But we have some really cool stuff in the works, and because so many people said that they would be willing to take a look at this game again. We might have something coming up, and we'll have a little bit of extra inventory too, which we hope to sell in the next couple of
Yes,
weeks, maybe the next month.
don't fork over money to scalpers just yet. Just maybe wait a little.
Perfect. That's a very good point for everyone here. So I'm happy to hear
Yeah,
that. So yeah, this was awesome. You guys did a really good job with this one. It was fun. Um, I look forward to it, and it's interesting too
thank
because
you very much,
you
Steve.
have a lot of modularity too. It's like what I can tell, a lot of different factions and other bosses you can go against. So very cool.
It's impossible to play the same game twice. It's always a different map,
Yes.
Yeah.
different orders. The order of the bad guys coming out can be extremely influential. Um, yeah, and
The item
with
stack
two
is just
heroes for each
completely
faction,
different every time.
yeah, you can play very different strategies, and also, the designers are kind of jerks. They put a lot of nasty bombs in the game. So if you start to get confident like Greg does, by the way, Greg, you're welcome. Yeah, you might find yourself find it blowing up in your face. But we like a little bit of punishment, and one of our company missions is to make people enjoy time with each other,
Yeah.
right? We want to play only co-op games and not be mad at our friends. So we made the bad guys as nasty as we could, so that you'd be
Mhm.
mad at them.
Perfect. Excellent. Well, this has been fun. I enjoyed it. So, yeah, I look forward to trying this game again in the future and seeing what else you guys are producing. But honestly, thank you so much for taking this time. It was a blast. I appreciate you playing with this with me and staying up as late as you guys did. It was great.
It
Thank
was
you for
super
having
for
us.
me too. Yeah, and thank you everyone who came in to chat with us. Nice to see you guys. I wish I could hear you, but I can read all your nice comments.
Excellent. Welcome. Okay, that's going to end it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the next stop. Bye bye.